already buzzed, it will make me feel a little more.
Okay, so
You feel me?
yeah. So I started it, and like
You shouldn't have even told me you started it.
that's true. I did. But I was just gonna say only
We
because
paused it.
be mindful. Be mindful.
No, you didn't. I literally did.
Yes, we did.
You turned it. You just turned the computer.
It's not going. I paused it.
I was gonna say be mindful of like the chair noise and like hitting things and like
Yeah, the only thing you can do
everything
is
will
breathe
hear
and
like
talk.
yeah, yes. Oh my god! Oh my god! You're weird as fuck.
I think it can hear. See if it makes waves.
No, it is.
Definitely making waves.
That's so weird. Oh my
You're
god!
making waves in the air, baby. Oh, that? I can definitely see that.
No, I guess. Welcome to Averything, the new episode. I've had a few speed bumps this week, but no, it's actually this is a very no, shut up, bitch. This is a very we've tested from this distance. This is actually a very efficient. I don't have problems. That's what this. I want this to sound like I don't have any problems at all. Like this is seamless, you know.
Yeah, it's
But
just
I
something we've done before and doing it again.
Yeah.
Just because we can,
you know,
Well, no big deal.
I'm not new to this. My co-hosts today are very convenient because they're in a room a few feet away from me. They're my roommates, Blake O'Neill and McKenzie Mcqueary. Now, I can't spell your name, which is why I made that face when I said it.
It's really long, so I understand.
No, it's really just the beginning sound of Mackenzie. Like in my phone, you're M-A-K.
McDonald's MC.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying it doesn't occur for me. You guys are like a couple, so like
Yeah, sort of.
We're kind of like one.
Yeah, so
We kind of sleep in the same bed.
yeah. So how
I'm sure
how detailed is it? I mean, do you think it's gonna last?
No.
I don't know.
She's not joking.
Oh shit.
We're actually going through a breakup.
You're
right
on the
now.
rocks?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Motherfucker. Oh my god, I'm doing.
All right, so here's this.
I'm doing the.
Here's a game that all you people can play. This time we're not gonna cut out the gay smacks as Avery calls them. Between like about every 17 words, he goes. I can't even do it right.
I can't.
Yeah,
We're gonna
and
delete
so
them
every
all.
time you hear that, you take a drink. Yeah.
Oh my god, these people are wasted. No.
No, we'll cut out a few of them so
I've
y'all
never
don't
even
get super
noticed
wasted.
it.
But like, don't worry. It's. I think this would be a good drinking game.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna count them.
Now, I'm gonna be very mindful of it now. Like, I will never have another gay smack. I don't know how it happened.
And the next time we do, we're both gonna look at you and you're gonna be really embarrassed and bust out laughing. We're gonna have this conversation again.
It's just never gonna happen. No, what the cock? I forgot what I was even. Oh, okay, no. Let's really do. We had a real moral dilemma this week, and I was excited to have it because it's like, you know, save one kid or 10 adults or have the baby or don't, or it's literally, should we go to the cops or not? Blake, now you should tell the story.
Okay, all right.
Like, what's
So,
going on?
I have this nice old beautiful car.
That's a particular.
It's a classic.
Really describe the car like a...
It is now 20 years old. It
detail.
is officially a classic car. In my 1998 Honda Accord. It's been through a lot. It's been wrecked. It needs new brakes. Just about everything wrong you can think of to be with a car. It has it. All it can do is run, and it stops if you start from like a double the distance that you normally have to.
Oh my
but
God.
so I'm trying to sell it, and I'm not expecting to get much out of it. I was ready to take a hammer to it and take it to the junkyard just because I think it'd be fun. But I put it on Craigslist, and we get a couple offers. One is for like $300. They live here locally. Somebody says, has anybody made an offer? Say, yeah, somebody said $600, even though nobody's offering us $600 for that piece of crap. And this guy says $700, so we're like, hell yeah. Okay, so they're like, we'll send movers to get it after we send you the check.
Now, what point? Now, at this beginning point, you're still not. This is too good to be true, or
that's exactly what I said. I was like, this is insane. Are you sure it's not a scam? And then we're like, so you start asking them questions. He's like, yeah, no, we won't even send the movers till the check clears. So basically, they're trusting me with money. So I'm like, okay. That's good.
I'm still hopeful though. I'm like, oh yeah, we're getting money. But then we went to Kim and Rosario's.
I heard that and I was like, that's bullshit. Only because I just sold my car too a couple months ago, and
yours was in way better shape.
Way better shape for like $450, and I'm like, what $700?
Well, yeah, what could I bullshit? Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. So I'm skeptical, obviously. Then I asked Rosario, and he's like, yeah, sounds like a scam.
Yeah, he said it happened to him before, too.
Yeah, it's happened to him before. Just when you get the check, he said the guy won't call you. Like, none of these people will ever actually call you. They only text you. So I was like, okay, well, let's just see if the guy will call me.
Oh, my God. Yeah, no, I was totally thinking that. I was going to call it. I would have called
at this point, we're just grasping at straws. Like, we just want it to be real.
Yeah.
But $700, my car's not worth $700. I'm sorry.
A good one is worth 1,000 on Kelly Blue Book.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and this one is not a good one. Anyways.
Not at all.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait, get the check, see what happens. We get the check. This man sends me a check for $1,800. I know my car's not worth $700. So I know damn sure that nobody should ever invest $1,800 in retrieving my car.
Yeah, no. All
right.
I would have.
A lot of you people that have this happened before are probably like, "Duh, it's a scam. Why didn't you quit this story 3 minutes ago and said no?"
Yeah.
But
I feel like this is the first people.
I'm just too optimistic.
I definitely feel like this is the first.
No, people have been actually scammed. They actually go through with it. But I get this check. I'm like, okay, this is bullshit. I'm taking it to the bank. I'm going to ask them for sure, because I thought maybe, somehow they can get more than $1,800 out of this car. But I asked them for sure. But yeah, I took it to the bank. She was like, no, this is bullshit. You need to move on.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay. And that's it.
Did she think you were, like, trying to get the money?
What?
Like
No.
it was you?
No. Like, it wasn't my fraudulent check. Like, I was like, okay. I just explained the situation.
Whoa.
And she was like, I can't verify it, but I can tell you that's bullshit.
Well, that's good. Well, the guy wanted you to, like...
Yeah, so their game plan is I deposit the check, and then I'm supposed to have next day availability. So the excess that they gave me, which was $1,100. By the way, if anybody has any moving jobs for like a day for $1,100, I'd be totally down to do that.
Yeah, right?
I thought it was weird I was paying them that much. But, yeah, so basically my dilemma here is, like... They tried to scam me. I feel offended.
And you have information.
And I have a lot of information.
I bet it's all fake.
I go to the cops. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I think. Like, I think they have their bases covered. Probably, like, the phone that he's been using isn't probably linked to him.
Probably.
The check was sent from, like, Georgia. The area code's from New York.
Yeah.
They're supposally getting it and taking it to Illinois.
Yeah, because I looked up the
Maybe it won't help if you
area
turn
code.
it in anyway.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. But, I thought I could always, give it a try.
Okay, I don't know how you would go deposit. This is where I was confused at. How would you deposit a money order? Like, does the ATM just take it?
No, they wanted him
check,
to
not a money order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they wanted him to literally do the mobile banking like on his cell phone that way, because you can still have access to that money if you have a check right there or whatever. Yeah, I can get access to it.
And listen what Lazaro told me, all right? This could have got me into shit. They're like, well, you can't deposit it. Or he said they'll tell you can't deposit it until you have that money in your account. So if you need me to loan you that money. So if he would have loaned me that money to have in my account so I could deposit it and use it the next day, then yeah, that would have really sucked.
Oh, yeah, no.
Because he wouldn't have got the money back. Or no, I guess he would have got all his money back, but I still would have been in debt.
Yeah, I mean, Trust me, that.
Anyways,
a blow to his pocket. That's probably gonna be a friendship ender.
Yeah. if I was Lazaro,
yeah,
I would cut you off quick.
Oh my god. No. There is some stuff happening this week though that I found was pretty interesting, but I mean, honestly, not a ton. For real, I feel like it's a slow fucking week because I mean I'm about to talk about rock and roll. I don't even care that much. Well, because I don't even know who these people are, but it sounds important. So the Grammy-nominated band Avenge Sevenfold is skipping the ceremony, because they feel like rock gets no respect. And isn't that a song in rock? I don't. No, okay, maybe.
No, I feel like I know what you're talking about, but
no,
I can't think of it.
Okay.
All I can think of is respect, like real big.
Oh no, that's Aretha.
Respect.
Okay. Bye. No, of course they don't. I mean, rock is not very. Apparently, literally, they're upset that the award that they're getting is not getting televised. So they're.
What award are they getting? Best rock song?
Yeah.
Well, why isn't it getting?
Because
televised?
it's rock songs.
Yeah, they're like.
Well,
yeah, so.
You can have this Grammy, but we're not going to show it on TV.
Well, no, they have.
There's a lot of those.
They have a whole different ceremony for non-televised.
I never knew that.
Yeah, Kathy Griffin talks about like the Schmimmies, like in the Emmys. She used to get her awards at the Schmimmies, which was never televised and stuff. So the Grammys have that too, but. I mean, it's still an honor to get it. I feel like that's rude as fuck.
But technically, the ones that aren't on TV are because they're the ones nobody cares about.
Yeah, so
or less people care.
But at
about.
least
I feel like he's. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's easier
at least
to
he's
face
getting
that
one.
fact now.
But they're saying they have all these other. How many other genres?
He could put it on his Instagram, and then everybody would know that he had it.
Okay,
but it's
first
not
of all,
getting national recognition.
He's talking about
like
metal is like a
main.
huge thing, and everybody listens to metal all over the world. Fun fact: metal is the only genre I don't consider music. It's literally the only one I don't consider music. I don't think screaming is talented. That's just
Blake
me.
does.
I don't like it. I
Listen,
feel like
he
it's
tries to play it in the
trash.
car.
Not everybody can
Complete
scream.
trash.
Have you ever tried to scream?
It doesn't
and have
fucking matter.
Sound decent? It's really hard. These guys are good at screaming. They're good at what they do.
But
they
not everyone
compose
likes
beautiful music. It just is very. Yes. No.
Screaming is beautiful music.
Well, I'm talking about. It's mostly all the shit that's happening behind the screaming, like the drums and the guitar
and the cutting yourself
and the. See, and I think that's where it gets a bad connotation because it's associated with like emo stuff and things like that.
It's
but
like, take a fucking chill pill. Like, I've never listened to a song and been so like I get anxious listening to it.
I used to be a big
Calm
metal
down.
fan. And I personally used to love Avenged Sevenfold. I actually have some of them on my phone right now. But I see
they have a point?
I see why they have a point, but I see why they're not televised and why rock and roll doesn't get recognized is because it's not as popular. Plain does not make as much money as it used to.
Yeah, it's really not that good.
I'm not gonna say it's not good. There's still great rock out there.
That'll be my version of what he's saying. They're not that good.
They're good, but people don't appreciate it anymore, and they're not bringing in the money. So why would they?
You know who the
televise
best
it?
rock band ever
it's
is?
not Rock's fault.
41.
I don't think.
I don't even know who that is.
I mean, Sum 41, that was like a big deal, but I mean, they're pretty heavy.
But then again, I think there is something to be said for like how, all these stars are so produced, and how the industry is producing more of this type of music and promoting this type of music and trying to have less of the other type so that theirs gets more attention and gets more money. Like it's a whole competition. Because when they try to do
that with metal,
it's a competition.
No one wants to listen.
Right. And metal, it's their fault that they're kind of behind the game. They need to
turn off your dings.
Get in it. I think.
Talking about no respect. Oh shit, mine might be on too.
Metal doesn't get any respect, and I think if they want to be televised, they need to step their game up.
Yeah, not showing up. Okay, here's the thing. Not showing up to an award no one already doesn't care about is not going to move anyone to do anything. They're going to be like, oh. Not, like, I guess we are talking about it, but I swear no one's going to notice when it actually happens. Like, they were absolutely...
Well, they're not going to win the award now.
No, you can still win it, I'm sure. I don't know.
Even if you're protesting the ceremony?
I thought they already won it, and then they just weren't going to come and get it.
Yeah.
No, they're nominated. You don't know who wins till the night of the
Oh,
thing.
yeah, you're right.
Well, I thought the Grammys were over for some reason.
Yeah, you're right.
What just happened? There was an award show that happened. Was it the
I don't know
Oscars?
who else is in the category. Let me see who else is in the category.
Or is this the only one we've been talking about?
I swear I thought the Grammys already happened.
Metallica, Foo Fighters, K-Flay, and Nothing More. Give it to the Foo Fighters instead. They seem like a much more like they're about it.
Give it to Metallica. Like they're still going after how many years?
That's exactly why you don't need to give it to them.
Well, the fact that they were able to get nominated is incredible. After they're probably all like grandpas now, right?
It's probably all their kids in the band. It's not even them anymore. Jesus Christ.
They just raised their spawn to replace them. They're like, God, I like this band and all. I want to keep it going. Like, I never want to die, but I don't want to do it anymore. Let's just make a clone.
So, I'm a very loyal fan, and I don't like to talk shit. I feel like we're friends, so it's like, I don't want to lie to you, bitch, you know? My bitch, Brandi Glanvilles, who used to be on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Okay, here's the situation. Let me explain. So, she fucked Gerard Butler, okay? They had a one-night stand. They met out, and then they met up the next day. He hit her up, and then, it was like a very, like, consensual situation. But, he didn't know who she was, that he was fucking a Real Housewife. Okay? So, he just knew her name was Brandi. So, when he was asked about it...
First mistake, Gerard Butler. Google.
Yeah, so, when, somebody said, so you went out with Brandi Glanville, he's like, I didn't, he acted like he didn't know who she was. And when they asked him on Watch What Happens Live about it, he cringed and was like, he didn't know her, basically. And she's offended and was like, sending off a tweet that said, hey, he's a sexist, this is fucked up, hashtag
just
time's up, hashtag me too. And I'm just like,
yeah, Brandi, you're not reaching for that me too. I don't think that was an appropriate time to use it.
I know. And we can't just say me too for everything now. I mean, you gotta get, there wasn't even physical contact.
I DM'd some girl and she didn't text me back. Me too.
Yeah, no, he didn't know my name. And he cringed when he found out. I mean, me too. No. That's just, you guys had sex once and y'all didn't talk after. It's not very surprising he didn't know your last name, or, you know what I mean? You got to fuck a star that night. I guess she is one too, but it's totally different.
He's like a mega star.
Do you find, I know this is weird with your boyfriend.
No, yes, I do.
Do you think he's hot?
I think he's good
You think Gerard Butler is hot?
I think he's good looking, yeah.
Actually,
I wouldn't say he's hot, but he's good looking.
He's defaulted hot because of the accent. Like,
did you even know he had an accent?
Yeah, he's like Irish. Okay. Yeah, no.
Yeah, he's in that Love movie. I forgot. P.S. I Love You.
Yeah.
He's also in that movie with Katherine Heigl that I watched.
An accent can bring a 4 to a 6 really quick. You know what I mean? Or,
Whatever.
It's true.
Whatever.
No. Okay. I'm going to try to think of like the best.
I could talk with an accent.
Yours isn't good.
I'm trying to think of somebody like semi-hot. And then like with an accent. I don't know. I can't even think of like celebrity.
Adele. I'd never look twice at her.
Isn't that bitch British?
Yeah, and then the fact that she's British, I'm like, maybe.
Yeah, no, like it adds an interesting characteristic. It's like what? No.
You're weird.
I don't know. But anyway, Brandi. Whoopi Goldberg got upset with her too when she said that. And first of all, Whoopi Goldberg did the worst Brandi Glanville impression ever. She did like a Valley girl, like, yeah, and that's not how Brandi talks at all. It's actually, bitch, fuck you, motherfucker, cunt. Okay, that's how Brandi talks.
No, it's more like, bitch, fuck you, motherfucker, cunt, okay?
Yeah.
Like, no, I think Valley girl sounds about right.
No, go do crystal meth in the bathroom all night long, bitch.
What?
When she told Kim Richards that was one of my favorite moments ever. You have to, oh my god, you have to see that. Oh my god. At least I haven't been doing crystal meth in the bathroom. It was a great episode.
Jeez.
Yeah. That's when we first, like...
Seriously,
Brandi's
savage.
That bitch is a savage.
Meth in the bathroom.
Yeah, and she said it to an alcoholic. It's like, that's like the worst. Okay. Ooh, I did get to see one of my beloved, like, reality television heroes get totally emasculated. Flava Flav got his ass beat in the casino. And if you haven't seen the video, you have to look it up. Just type in Flava Flav ass beating or something like that. Or Flava Flav casino. And it wasn't as brutal as I thought it was going to be. The guy was pretty old too.
No, definitely qualifies as an old man fight.
Yeah.
Like, if we didn't know who Flava Flav was, that video would have been a little less popular, but it would have been on there as old man fight in a casino.
I fucking love Flavor of Love. I swear to God. That man should never be touched. I cannot. That's Uncle, dog. That's like Uncle. That's Unc. How you gonna touch Unc? Like, you know, like, I just could never disrespect that man. I mean, with words, yes.
He seems innocent to me.
Yeah.
Like, on his shows, he always seemed like a lovable idiot, you know?
Exactly. Those women chose to fuck him, okay?
You really don't know who he is. Like, he might be an asshole.
I bet when they were in
or
the
he might
casino,
have like some thug tendencies where
the guy said that he talked to him about his mother, so...
I bet they were both drunk, and then maybe something...
Your mama's a bitch.
Maybe Flav did say that. You know, maybe he was out of line and he deserved to get punched in the face.
He is older. He's probably from the age of like your mama jokes. Too. Like,
yeah.
when they were like really in, like back then. You know what I'm saying? When they first started. Oh my god.
Maybe Flav deserved it, but it breaks my heart seeing him get punched in the face. He's so old.
He needs
when I heard this, I'm like, is he okay? Is he alive?
Do you think if they did another Flavor of Love, those bitches would still come flocking?
Oh,
maybe
intrepid deck.
They should do a 10-year reunion or something. See what all those girls are doing now.
Oh my god! Well, when we know how New York is doing, she's the only one that matters. I mean,
but how many of them?
Did you ever watch that show?
I watched some of it, but I wasn't like
seemed like a Daisy of Love
it.
kind of girl.
No, she definitely didn't watch that either.
I don't even know what that is.
You remember Rock of Love?
Yeah.
You remember the girl in it, Daisy?
No.
She had these big lips, and she just struggled to
doing
talk
this
through them all the
impression
time.
It's not making me remember who she is.
I mean, I can't look like her.
No, I don't. I never watched
Nobody
any
can
of
look
those
like her
stuff.
unless you get your face stretched over your face.
I watched some of them a little, but
sorry,
not a lot.
This nigga's texting me. Okay, so I felt compelled to do this. Because we're not typically going to talk about sports on here because, But I felt compelled to do this because a lot of people were talking about this around me. Even at work, I wasn't able to escape. So I felt like I needed a expert straight person. I don't know. Football human. Whatever you would call them. To explain what the fuck. So it's football.
A football geek.
Yeah, it's football, but it's like a new football, but it's also old and failed before. So I'm hoping he can explain why it would be a good idea now. Thomas, now.
What's up, guys? My name's Thomas. So we're going to talk about this Extreme Football League and what's going on and why we think it could possibly work again. I mean, Avery, you wouldn't believe this. But in 2001, I was not a fan of football.
Oh, ew.
So there was a time.
Okay.
But, back in 1999, so I was 4. Vince McMahon, the WWE chairman.
Yeah.
decided that he was going to put his money into football.
He brought the Speedo out of water. Right?
Yeah. And so he decided that he was going to make a football league, call it the XFL, the Extreme Football League. It took place. They had a draft. It was a 3-day draft that had 475 players drafted. So you got to think there's 475 jobs right there for football players that that don't make it to the league, that don't make it to the NFL. It's a little bit
but
lower.
But isn't this
standard.
like a no holds bar kind of thing? So
yeah,
it's like
it was promoted. It was promoted back in the day to be more extreme than what football already is.
Because it's gotten more boring. I hear it's like boring.
So these less good football players can get injured just like the rest of their elite competitors.
Oh yeah, no. Well, see, and that's the thing. That was back in the day, but that was before they even realized what concussions and everything were doing to everybody. They realized, but they weren't letting people know.
Yeah.
Right.
So before that became a big deal, but yeah, no. So, I mean, it's just a chance for people to, lower level players to get a chance to play football.
Well, what's the difference? Like, that's the big thing. So, what's the difference? Like, why do we need? Oh my God, I cannot even deal with one football. Why do we need two?
All right, so what they would have played during the off season. So, let's say there's all these basketball fans, right? Basketball is never off. I think it's off for maybe a half a month during the year, but all those basketball fans, they get to watch it all year long.
Yeah.
I'm not a basketball guy. I don't like watching it.
But you wouldn't switch to international football? You'd never try like soccer?
Oh, I mean, I've been watching more sports, but that's besides the point.
Okay.
Yeah, no, let's come back to this.
Wow.
But no, so Vince McMahon comes back and says that he's going to relaunch it in 2020. They're already making plans. They're going to keep the same format. They're going to make 8 teams. It's probably going to be 475 players and then add 65 in a later draft. So that's over 500 people, that thought their football career was over and they're playing football here in the States. But the one big problem with it is they did, it was too much WWE. It was owned under the WWE. And so, they would bring on Jerry Lawler and all of them and have them commentate football. And it became a laughingstock.
That's my question.
Yeah,
is it going to become? Is it like?
Well, and
you don't want no.
Are there going to be
football.
predetermined games and shit?
And that's what people were saying and everything else. And so Vince it came out and said that it's going to be owned under a different company. It's going to be owned under McMahon's Alpha Entertainment. And it's totally separate from WWE. It has no ties to WWE. So he's saying we're going to play real football. And see, the thing is that now football, when you watch a game in the NFL, it's taking 4 to 5 hours. Where 10 years ago, it was a 2-hour game. We watched it. It was over. You know what I mean? We watched that 8 o'clock game. We're not going to bed till midnight, 1 o'clock. On Monday nights, Sunday nights.
Yeah.
And people are getting pissed about it. And I don't have, it's commercials, so much TV advertisement. They have to review plays. So what Vince is proposing is, fuck the commercials. I have enough money. I have enough money. I don't need this advertisement.
So commercialist is one thing.
Well, where's the revenue supposed to come from?
Fans and all that. That'd be Vince McMahon.
Stuff, maybe.
Vince McMahon, pretty much. I mean,
is it going to be like gladiator style? Like they're not going to have pads?
I mean, they're still it's still going to be football. I think they're going to try to make it more into football like it used to be. Like there's not so much because in football now there's like targeting and everything else.
I hear they're going to put an emphasis on the bitches, like the women. Sorry, the bitches. The cheerleaders. Like I bet they're going to be really scantily clad, and it's going to be.
Are they
like,
going?
Well, that's the way it used to be.
Are they going in? Are the players going to be in Speedos too?
No, they are going to be totally in football uniforms.
Because that
I remember one thing though.
Are they going to legalize drop kicks?
No.
Okay.
No, it's like I said, it's new. It's going to be totally like away from what it used to be. All that crazy WWE, everything else. They're here to play football, and they're just Vince McMahon wants to take over the NFL. He wants to become the football brand. And so that's what he's going for now. He's not going for entertainment. He's actually going for to take over. But I did want to point out something that you thought would be funny. One of the big reasons that the XFL went down was because one night one of their games went into double overtime, and it went into a Saturday Night Live broadcasting. So the executive producer, NBC, got fucking pissed and started ragging on the XFL, and that's where it all started going downhill. Then they brought
Don't mess with Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, don't mess with Saturday Night Live. And then they brought Vince McMahon on for like an interview and everything, and they pretty much like called him out, and he got pissy and everything on TV. And yeah, so it was a big thing. And then the
cameras followed him backstage.
Yeah,
and there was a fight.
Someone got hit with a steel chair.
Yeah,
Stone Cold came out and hit him with a stunner.
I see what you did there. That's funny.
But and believe it or not, you guys, Avery is an all-around guy. I know most of this podcast is going to be about reality TV and everything else, but we're gonna put some sports in here. He played fantasy football this year. Ugh. He actually played a season, and he did not. He came third and last. Third to last, so he didn't.
He wasn't the worst.
Yeah, he was not the worst for a guy that.
I did one of those brackets one time, and I came in. I tied for fourth.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
In the office, I'm not trying to brag, but.
So that's pretty much the XFL.
Yeah.
2020 is gonna come out, and
I've never been more excited about anything in my life. We can actually get into some of these shows that we've been watching. Now, Blake, we have already recorded one, but there was buzzing and it got fucked up. So
we can talk about this again.
Yeah, I mean,
what are we talking about again?
Well, no. We're not going to talk about much. Your guys' experiences with maybe Housewives and reality TV, and maybe like what I've put you guys through to watch this stuff as well. Maybe not for this week for you, Blake, but
I think I would like reality TV, like the Real Housewives and stuff, if I watched them from the beginning. But starting in the middle, I don't know. It's just like too hard.
That's what but you need more stuff to watch. I'm telling you, just pick a Housewives, and once you get through one, it's gonna be ridiculous. But
I'm gonna watch Beverly Hills because I know who Lisa Vanderpump is.
That way you'll be able to.
When's her first season in Beverly Hills?
Who, Lisa? She's an original. She's OG.
Oh, okay. So you'll be all right. You can follow her from the beginning. To what season are they on now?
9.
There you go. You got 9 seasons of something to watch. Oh God, that means I'm gonna be watching a lot more Housewives.
Yeah, this
Lord help me.
The plan the whole time.
He got me on Vanderpump Rules.
Yep, and I've done watched Vanderpump Rules 3 times through.
Yeah, it's the greatest.
3 times
against my will, but I mean it's not that bad. I like it. I can't lie.
Who's
it's
your
like
favorite
guilty
character
pleasures
from Vanderpump Rules?
Vanderpump Rules. They're all just like completely different people than me. But if there's anybody I could relate to, it would be Tom Schwartz. Minus the cheating, obviously.
Yeah, you have to say that about every fucking character.
But he's just always trying to like just smooth over the tension and like just de-escalate everything, and he's just always like trying to be so innocent and just trying to weasel his way out of.
I love him.
Out of high tense situations.
He's so cute.
And like you're one of those bitches too. Like I was saying to Shelby last week, it's like he's so cute. He could totally cheat on me. It's not fair.
I wouldn't say he could cheat on me. Like he's not that cute, but
yeah, well,
he's pretty like cute. He's like puppy dog adorable.
It's just so ridiculous. I have you guys fucked with Atlanta much?
Why don't we watch it with you?
That's really it?
Yeah.
We watched it with you yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's the only episode I've ever watched.
And what was your impression of it?
I mean, it wasn't bad. I liked it.
Did you like any of them?
They went pretty ham in that last episode. They were kind of...
The one that you liked.
On their page.
Yeah, she was kind of rude.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in that episode.
You'll see that.
She's my favorite, but she, like... And
you'll see that with a lot of Avery's favorite characters. Like, just next time we watch a Housewives, don't tell her who your favorite is and see if she can figure it out.
Okay.
That's a good game.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Kenya was acting a bit of a fool today, but I mean, it's okay because like that's why we love her. You know what I'm saying? But don't worry. Here's the thing. she can act ridiculous, but it's not like I'm gonna totally ignore it and be like, it wasn't very cunty. I mean, it was. We can all acknowledge it, but
You just like it.
I mean, yeah, it's like whatever. It's like it's better for the show. Well, on this episode, I actually don't know the episode number, but I don't really give a fuck. We know what's going on, okay? Cynthia and Portia are in Houston trying to help. It starts off with those two because Portia had suggested everyone to come down and help with Hurricane Harvey, and all the bitches were like, no.
It was like crickets in
Yeah.
there.
I wouldn't go with Portia either after her. They're trying to just squeeze her out. It's like classic housewife shit. If you don't like one of the bitches, you don't film with her so that, you know, even for charity, fuck that.
Right, but that's like, I think that was a good move on her part, because she's like, it's for charity, we're helping people, so none of them want to film with her, but they're all going to be like, well, I guess that would look good if I did some charity.
Well, no, that's why Candy busted out of it just by saying, you know what, I gave money. I gave money, I'll
give some more money if I have a problem.
Seriously, if I get some flack on Twitter, you guys, I swear.
I'll send 3 people down there in my place.
Yeah. No, Candy and Cynthia are supposed to meet up with Kenya, but she doesn't show up. And, you know, Cynthia's already been upset because ever since, Kenya's gotten married, she hasn't really been spending much time with her, and which is pretty sad because they were pretty.
I think that sounds
BFFs.
pretty normal. They're just having, normal adult lives.
Yeah, like growing pains, Well, yeah, I mean, it's like a different transition. She has to, like, balance things down instead of just having that one set of time for someone, or what have you. But at the same time, you haven't introduced your man to anybody. You could bring him around, but you choose not to.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of... It's not even like she's tried to integrate, which is understandable because these bitches go after...
Yeah, maybe she doesn't want to bring him into that scene, like the drama and stuff.
I mean, that's how you lose a husband. I mean, you take him on the show. So I wouldn't really want to either. Especially for her.
Wait, okay, what's the housewife history with that?
Oh, no. The divorce rate of Housewives is pretty...
Well, okay, yeah. I guess it doesn't matter if you bring them on the show or not.
Oh, yeah. No. I mean, sometimes they even say housewives go on the show to get divorced. Yeah, I mean, Camille with Kelsey Grammer in Beverly Hills, he literally got this bitch the show so that he could cheat on her.
Oh, my God.
And then... he divorced her, and it was like, here you go. You got a show, bitch. Show. Yeah, like...
I feel like I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, I mean...
messed up.
Yeah, no, people...
But at least he gave her something,
Jules wanted something from New York. Jules wanted a divorce, too, but that bitch only got 1 season, so, I mean, it was a waste. One of my favorites, though, like...
It's like, maybe that's like a card that certain guys have... under their sleeve. Like, they can just be like, they know the producer of the show, and whenever they want to get rid of a wife, they're just like, hey, I got one for you. I'm about tired of this one.
Sorry. I was reading.
Oh, no. Well, I made a really fucking good joke.
I know, I'm sure.
I was expecting you to, like,
sure
compliment it with another joke, but...
The people that are listening, like, heard it, and I bet they're thinking... There are things that they can do to make it better.
Okay. Well, good for them.
Well, they...
Hope y'all are having fun.
Well, okay, they're all talking about the elephant room, the situation. Because Nene said there were elephants, and so she had the meeting with the spiritual guide in the elephant room.
In the elephant room. Okay, wait, so who was the elephant in that room? The spiritual guide?
I mean, Kim pretty much became
Kim was
the
elephant.
That
yeah.
bitch... She was just rude as fuck, and to the even the psychic or whatever the fuck.
So Kim's the only elephant.
I mean, there was more, but it's honestly they didn't solve anything. Everybody's still arguing.
So it's a bunch of elephants.
Yeah,
I see what they mean. The elephant room. They refer to this situation like at least 20 times throughout the episode. They keep saying
this is when I realized
the elephant room, and it's driving me crazy. I don't know if they.
It's when I realized that Housewives is really like Dora the Explorer, okay? For adults. I swear to God. The way they repeat things so much sometimes, it's like, okay, where was the party last night?
The elephant room? The elephant room.
Exactly! You guys, you got it! The elephant room! Like, and I'm just like, God damn it. Yes, that's exactly what's happening. Or what are they doing tonight? Or what is the beef? Okay, yeah. I mean, I used to think that stuff on Dora was bullshit. But they still do that for us. They still do it for us. They just hide it better.
I'll notice that. Like, they'll have a whole little conversation of, like, a clip of their conversation, them saying something in the same clip, right before and after the break.
They have different dinners with different people to discuss the same thing so that you get everybody's perspective. And then there's one dinner where everyone gets together and then you bring it up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way they can all get together and just actually eat or something.
Yeah, that's
always...
Yeah, it's a clever formula.
Yeah, I think it's pretty smart. You get to see what everybody's thinking about.
And this is where I've learned to really bring up issues. You know what I mean? The best time is just when you get all your friends together and it's at the height of its awkwardness and just say so.
And all your friends can take sides against one another.
Oh my God, it's the best.
And gang up on each other and...
Yeah, I know.
And if somebody's clearly wrong, they just get freaking grilled, and it's awesome.
That sounds like the worst. Actually.
So, y'all know about Sheree's prison bae?
Oh. I do.
Okay.
Mostly.
Well, Sheree is
bae
with the dude who's in prison, obviously. And they knew each other years ago, and whatever his name is, Tyrone, I believe. And you better call Tyrone, yeah. Well, all Nene did was point out the obvious and say what this nigga was in jail for. She said, you know, he's in there, he's a con artist. That's what I heard, or whatever. So Sheree told her man that that's what Nene's been saying. So he's like, wait a minute. Ain't she married? How long she been married for? She don't want to be talking about me, you know, because basically he's insinuating that she cheated on her husband with him back in the day.
Oh.
But here's the thing.
This guy gets around.
Yes, but once you watch the show, you'll see that actually there was a period of time where Nene was divorced from Greg, and she wasn't even with him. So even if all this stuff is true and she was trying to get at him or whatever, there was a period of time where she actually could have done that. Like, within the past, 10 years.
Right, so you're saying this probably happened.
I mean, definitely.
He just probably didn't know, what was going on.
Exactly. I bet he doesn't even have his fucking facts right, but he's trying to talk shit because she's I mean, why are you mad, bitch? You're guilty. You're literally in prison. You're talking from prison, trying to talk shit.
But you're in prison.
That is, exactly. I'm like, you're not even going to be able to watch this. You know what I mean?
They're gonna don't even know what's going on.
You have to call into the reunion. Fuck yourself.
Get him a FaceTime in his jumpsuit.
He calls her ass chunky.
Well, he's probably in a blue collar prison if he's a con artist, just like a regular old blue collar Wolf on Wall Street prison. He's probably trying to get people for their 98 Honda Civics.
So, wait, let's talk a little bit about... Sorry.
Good one, right?
No, yeah, you're really funny. I'm sorry. I'm just
Avery doesn't figure.
I really do. The only thing is I start reading when he talks because I trust him to be funny, you know, and I trust him so much.
God, so much pressure.
I can read, and then I can talk. You know what I'm saying? He's got it. You know. Well, how do you guys feel about Hurricane Harvey and all the hurricanes we've been getting?
Hurricanes are bad.
The world's ending.
I mean,
no, I think it's because we're getting worse weather because of global warming. All the scientists
global warming's not real.
The scientists are all telling us.
You know.
And yeah,
only 97% of scientists, you know, but
I think it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, hurricanes are bad, and they probably wouldn't be as bad if we If we treated our planet like it should be treated.
Yeah, and this isn't like a political thing. This is literally just like the Earth could literally die, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's
it literally
it's a Homo sapien thing, you know.
Yeah. Oh my god, we sound like hippies.
I just want to be alive, you know, type of shit.
Kenzie, what's your favorite hurricane?
That is the correct response to that question. That's what people should say when like normal people who get asked these type of questions about Avery. That's their response.
No, well,
I was gonna say Katrina, but like God, you can't even say like.
You can think it's a frame of reference
to
maybe like study and stuff, because it's like, what's your favorite war? But are you super into war? No.
Yeah,
but you.
I like
Katrina, World War II because it had the Holocaust, and that is interesting.
We don't talk about the wars that we lost.
With the Holocaust.
We don't talk about the wars that we lost as much, though. You know, like they don't talk about the Vietnam Wars much.
Well, I don't know. Oh God.
And we lost Katrina. Like nature won. Like we can't fight nature.
Oh my God.
Well, I guess we can by effing it up some more.
Well,
but
no.
Honestly, my answer to that question is Katrina, because whenever that happened, I was a little kid and I used to watch Oprah with my grandma, and I saw Oprah go to New Orleans, and they did all these good things for people, and I just remember the most about it. Like, and I saw like the devastation and stuff, and it's terrible.
I feel like that's the one I remember the most about.
It doesn't mean like I'm
I like Sandy. Oh my God, just totally New
worked
Jersey.
out the Jersey Shore.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's because you don't like Jersey Shore.
Yeah, Sandy.
That's messed up. I like Jersey Shore. Hey, Jersey Shore guys, if you're listening, you're cool in my book. I'm sorry your Ferris wheel got destroyed.
Oh my God, it's like after all the chaos they built, they were just like, you know what, fuck this. Oh my God. Oh my God, I loved how one of the ladies at the charity thing came up and she's like, misery loves company, and I'm like, that's not how you use that. No,
we're miserable because we're helping this
charity. She's like, I'm miserable and you guys are company. I'm like, no, bitch. It's like miserable people love making other people miserable because it feels like
yeah, it's not miserable. People love making each other feel good.
I guess she's just happy to see, like, bitch, you could just be enjoying your money, but now you're miserable helping our asses or some shit. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's making them feel good. I don't know.
Okay, so basically, are we going to get to what ends up happening with her getting mad and then she storms off like a baby?
Yeah.
Can we talk about that?
I'm scrolling down the list. I'm going.
Oh, is there more?
Yeah. When Candy was driving with her daughter, she's like, why are you on the other side of the road? She's like, because I'm in the neighborhood. She's like, no, you still have to drive on the right side of the road.
Common mistake. Funny story. I had failed my driver's test the first time.
Because you drove on the wrong side.
Because I drove on the wrong side of the road. Mind you, it's not in a neighborhood or nothing, so I wasn't really putting anybody in danger. It's called Bowman Field. It's got they have a big little complex there that they do all the driving tests on. But very first thing, right out of the gate, he's like, all right, go forward, take a left right here. I take a left. I stayed on the left side of the road. In my head, I don't know, maybe I thought it was a one-way road or something, but then the driving instructor goes, what side of the road are you supposed to be on, sir? I'm like, oh. So I go on the right side of the road. And then I'm just like, sorry, I guess I'm nervous. And then I'm driving, like, I hope he didn't notice, and I hope it wasn't that bad of a thing. It's like, okay, go ahead and pull around. And he pulls me right back to the part where we started, and he's like, all right, if at any point during the test, like he's just reading off a cue card or something, if at any point during the test you drive on the wrong side of the road, test is void or whatever the hell. And I was just hung my head in shame and left. I drove on the wrong side of the road. Had to wait another week.
My driving test was in a neighborhood.
I never took one.
Really?
No, I waited so long to do it that they just literally gave me mine.
Wait, you don't have to take one when you get, like, older?
Yeah, if you wait till
I thought you just always, that was just, like, a requirement.
No, I don't.
You never took a road test?
No, I never took a road test.
That's why you're a bad driver.
I mean, first of all, I'm not a bad driver. Yeah,
no, I'm just...
Okay.
Everybody else is a bad driver.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, it did take me 4 tries to get my permit. So
it took me 2. I cried the first time.
Authorities, you guys hear this? Okay. Transportation Cabinet of Kentucky, you have failed this man.
Well, no. Well, here's the thing. I knew our resident racist, internet racist. He came to school, and I was like, I know, I'm smarter than this guy. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you guys, it's common sense. I didn't study, like, you know. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm totally gonna pass. So I went there, and I failed like a motherfucker. I passed, the signs part, and then I started taking it. I was out like very, very quickly, and then I skimmed the book, and then I went back and I got a little further, but boom, still didn't make it. I actually read it this time. I read the fucking book. I went back, and oh my god, I was so fucking close. And I'll never forget that last question that like outed me. It was like, how do you treat a bike on the road? And it's like a bike, like a car, like, and I'm like, obviously it's like a bike, like it's like a bike.
It is a bike.
Yeah, like bitch. You see my logic there. I was like, duh.
I do.
You know what I'm saying? And got my dad. I was twirling, pressing that button. I was like, whoop, boop. And fucking,
to the little Winkajim Leviosa with your finger, and then
right as fuck. No. And it was like, thank you for trying. You're out again.
Swish and flick.
The good part about this is every time I failed, my mom took me to get a caramel frappe from McDonald's. So I was like, yeah, okay. But this last time I was very discouraged. I was like, there's no way I'm going to make it. There's no way. I'm just not supposed to drive. I just don't think it's going to happen, okay? And I get in there, and mind you, there's 2 buttons on the screen, and it's skip and help, okay? The first time I ever took this test, I pressed help because my dumb ass thought
they were going to give you the answer.
I thought they were going to make it like it was going to 50-50 or like
you get a lifeline.
Seriously, I thought it was going to give me like a
phone
little help.
Friend.
Yeah, but it was like help with the actual computer. So like an attendant was coming over type of shit. And I was like, oh shit.
Is something wrong? Oh, yeah, I figured it out. No.
Yeah, so I was just like, okay, we just don't press anything ever again. So I'd never pressed the skip button. Well, there's a button that if you don't know the answer, you can literally skip it. It goes to the end of your fucking test. As soon as I figured that out, walked out of that bitch with my permit. Didn't look back. Oh my god, but that's pretty stressful, honestly. Okay. Oh my god, I'm just thinking about how I'm gonna have to edit this. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, every time Avery does a you take a shot.
They've only done it one time. They don't only take one shot.
Yeah, I know. That's why he'll do it again, trust me.
Wow, y'all are gonna get drunk.
Okay, this is actually something. So Candy gets her daughter out in her driveway, and she has her talking to her dad. She just pulls it out and is like, here, talk to your daddy type shit. And he wants to hang out with her, but she doesn't really want to, and it's like super uncomfortable. And
she got to? Why didn't she say
yeah, he's like not been in her life or whatever. But because he's trying, and people don't like to be mean, especially when it's a situation like that. Rolling. Exactly, which is why when they went inside, she just busted out crying, and she was like,
"Get the cameras out of my face."
Well, she was like, "Well, don't just spring it on me. Let me know that my dad's about to give me a call
before we start filming."
You know what I'm saying? Like, duh, bitch. And I can really relate to like not wanting to. It's awkward. It is so awkward. I don't know you, okay? Like, and I don't really care to either. And that's really where it comes, because it's like an out of sight, out of mind. Like you don't miss it. You can't miss what you didn't have. I don't know that experience, so I don't have this longing for a father. I don't have a like, oh my god, I need to hang out with this person, or I need to know this person. Is it issues though? I don't feel. That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's a lack of. Like, bitch, maybe I should have a complex about it in terms of something like that. But I just feel like it's weird to hang out with, a grown ass man, like a stranger.
That is kind of weird.
Yeah, but I like what Candy said. She was like, if nothing else, do it for your siblings, which is why I do it. I met a bunch of my other, I talk to them, which is good, and I'll be able to meet them in Mississippi this year, which will be cool. But that's what I'm saying. But I don't have an urge to really like know my dad, and I don't think I would ever. I understand why she thinks it's super awkward. It's so weird. It's so weird. But I would want to do it on my terms. Like, I don't feel... She doesn't feel like she owes him shit. Just like I don't feel like I owe... You know, if I don't feel like talking or I don't want to come, I don't have to.
Right.
At all. Like, if I really don't want to. So, I mean... It's kind of hard to shake that. You can't make me give a fuck. Right. You didn't. You know? I just... But... Oh, wow.
Yeah, but we ended up meeting this guy on the show. Huh? He comes and talks to Candy, right?
Oh, yeah, sorry. You're right.
And he seems like a likable guy.
He picks good baby mamas.
And yes, he said he picks good... He said, at least I pick good baby mamas. Or no, he's like, I'm blessed. All my mamas are good. I'm like, oh, so... You didn't have to be there because you pick good mamas.
Yeah, he left him in good hands.
Yeah, oh my God, I know. That was ridiculous. That was the most ridiculous statement I've ever fucking heard. Who's proud of that? It's a weird thing to be proud of. They're doing... Okay, yeah.
Being a little...
Oh, actually, when she meets with him, the funniest part about that entire fucking scene is like they had to give that grown-ass man subtitles. He cannot pronunciate, and he is grown. That is insane. Did you see the subtitles?
I didn't see
I'm just
them.
like, yes, I did not look what I had to read them.
Could you not understand them? Like bitch, you had to read the subtitles.
I thought it was a Chinese movie.
Is he speaking English?
Yeah, seriously. Okay, so we go to their little events. So they have both of their events. Okay, there's Portia's event and well, actually, they have Cynthia's event first, and Portia shows up to it, and she gets really like repped and whatever. Like Portia gave $5,000. Whoop whoop whoop. And then the next day, Kenya shows up, and she wasn't supposed to come. And Cynthia and Kenya are actually BFF, so of course, instead of Cynthia showing up to Portia's event like she promised, she went with Kenya and was like, bye, bitch. Right? So, at these two events, Portia's was really sad because at a point she started running out of food, but they made it like extra dramatic and she cried, and then they got more food, so. Yeah,
she was probably freaking out for a second, and then they looped that little clip there, and then made it sound like people were waiting for hours, but...
Yeah.
It was probably in the truck.
Yeah, exactly.
It was probably in the truck.
Seriously.
They wanted her to cry.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, all right, we're going to tell her we're going to get some more food.
Yeah.
And it's on its way, but then we'll just bring it out whenever the trays are actually empty.
They would do that to a whole community of people. They would.
We need some good television.
But the even better one was... This is the beginning of Kenya's kind of cuntiness, where they were helping inside of that house, and Cynthia comes up, asks for a water break, and she's like, no, and then
no,
and then Shamia calls, and she's like, hello, I'm helping people, which I found is like such a strong statement, like, you know, I'm giving, okay, and she's like, I'm just trying to figure out how to get there. She's like, talk to an assistant. I don't have time for that. I'm too busy helping people. We're
trying to get people back in their home. Yeah. Bye.
And it's just for no reason. I don't understand. And she's like, you know, this is work. Kenya was kind of had a snippy attitude the entire time.
She wanted to look like she was more dedicated than everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, she really was, but you don't have to be I don't know. Doing charity and insulting people, it is kind of like an oxymoron. I feel
right.
Like.
But since she was doing charity, it's she was doing good, so she can be
but all
rude.
Those people were trying to help too.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So like you're being rude for no reason.
They go and eat, and after everybody's events are over and stuff like that, and they're talking. All the girls are together except for Kenya at this point, and they're talking about what had happened. Shamia's like, yeah, that bitch was rude to me like the entire day, you know. And Cynthia was like, well, child, why don't you say something? Like, obviously. So Kenya shows up, the kitchen's closed, and that's happened to me before. That's pretty terrible. When you go to a place and you can't even get food and everyone else is eating.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That changes everything. I understand why she was being
Exactly. Just imagine you haven't eaten all day. You get there, you're like, oh my God, I'm getting some chicken.
I've been helping people all day. Give me some fries.
Oh my God, right? Oh, I'm sorry, we're closed.
Waitress, what would you like? I've been helping people. I'm going to need a large water.
Yeah. So Cynthia gets called out about not coming, actually, before Kenny gets there. And I think that's funny because Portia did not waste any time. But she was like, I'm glad that you didn't show up to my event. And I love Cynthia was like, well, you're lucky like any of us even showed up down here.
You're lucky you're invited to this dinner.
Seriously, you're on this season. And it's so true. But when Kenya sits down, I love how Shamia brought it up. It was very smooth. She was like, she brought it up in like a joking form. I was like, girl, I thought you were just being like, ooh, you were being super rude or whatever. And so they start talking about it. She felt dismissed, and while saying she felt dismissed, Kenya's dismissing her. But can I get some water, please? And she's like, bitch, bring the whole pitcher. And
didn't she at one point say, okay, I'm shutting this down right now because we're not going to talk about this. You're being ridiculous. Then she like just try to
because she feels like she's taking away her good deed. She's like, bitch, I've done charity all day, and you're gonna say I'm being a bitch too. Which, I mean, you can do both. Don't sell yourself short, honey. Okay, like you are a modern woman, and you can definitely get it done. She doesn't want to talk. She goes to the bathroom. She gets up, walks away. She's talking to the producer, and she calls everybody fucking stupid, everybody at the table. And she didn't say, minus Cynthia, her BFF, okay? She said, because Cynthia was real, and she said, you know, yeah, you were being, like, extra, but, I mean, she really was. And she's being extra about being extra. And,
yeah, basically
she's taking off her mic. She's flipping the fuck out.
She's throwing a hissy fit because they were calling her out, but I don't know what she expected to happen after acting like that. Did she expect them to just be like, oh, okay, that's just her. She's dedicated.
That's why I always bounce. I mean, she's smart enough to initiate this stuff and know what the fuck she's doing.
Well, yeah, know what she's getting into.
But, I just love when she went outside and Cynthia comes out to try to talk to her.
When she was in the car?
Yeah, she just drives off on her. Like, nah, bitch.
She's like, roll the window down.
No. I'm not going to give you a moment. Which is what it's all about. You don't want anyone else to get a moment. Wait, I think we have the final episode of Real Housewives of New Jersey this week. And that's, I guess, what we'll get into next here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and talk about that. Yes, I'm actually sad that this season of Real House in New Jersey is over, but I'm actually glad because it makes room for Celebrity Big Brother that's about to come out in like 2 weeks.
In February.
Yeah. It's going to be the tits. They shall release anybody. But, I'm kind of pissed about that, but we will hear something
We should make a list of who we want to see on Celebrity Big Brother.
Am I going to like it since I don't know anybody?
You'll know someone.
You don't know anybody on every other season of Big Brother.
That's very true.
Yeah, I've never watched Big Brother except like
the last season. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you'll like it. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're gonna do it with the condensed version. Apparently, it's only gonna be like 2 weeks. So, and it's usually 100 days. Yeah, it's gonna be like 2 or 3 weeks long.
How many episodes are they gonna have?
I don't know.
Every single day.
They're probably gonna have one every single day.
No way.
That would be cool,
they do it in England.
They have one every day?
They have, episodes representing for every day. Yeah, day 1, day 2, day 3. Yeah, I believe so.
How long is
I don't know how many episodes per week, I guess. But, I mean, literally it says day 1 or day 2 on the screen.
Well, I'm a little less excited now. I'm not going to lie. Well, maybe...
Well, it's only 2 weeks.
I'm sure they'll figure it out.
But maybe with the condensed version, they'll be able to get more famous people. Because people who are actually doing stuff, with their fame, aren't going to want to be on the show because it takes too long. But maybe then, since it's only 2 or 3 weeks, they might be up for it.
Yeah, true. Because, even no matter how famous you are, it seems like it would be a fun game to play, regardless. But, Real Housewives of New Jersey ended with the last episode of the reunion this time. So, we open with Kim D. Yeah, I did it. We open with Kim D coming out and Teresa going at her, and they talk about what POSH stands for, which is piece of shit, coke whore, every day.
Wow. Poshed?
Posh.
Oh.
Every day. Yeah.
So they were using multiple words per letter.
Yeah, no, Teresa came up with it. Yeah, because that's what Kim D's fashion line is called. It's like Posh. That's what her store's called, yeah. And she's calling her a coke whore. Kim D says that Teresa and Dolores' friendship is shaky. And Teresa literally makes Dolores say that that's not true. She's like, tell her! She's like, that's not that's not our friendship. Which I'm like, yeah, bitch, that's how you do it too. That's how you get, yeah. That's a real nigga right there, okay? They were all surprised that she only gave $3,000 out of all that money for the charity, but she was like, well, Melissa was like, you literally walked away with more from the charity than you gave. And she's like, no, I had to pay like caterers and things like that. I'm like, but she probably pocketed some. I
don't know about charities. There are some that they say they're, trustworthy and all that good stuff, but anything that these people are doing, they're not going to do for free. I feel like,
Yeah, you're right. Even if it looks good, it's a tax break, if anything else. At the very least, all rich people give to charity because it's a tax break and they don't have to pay as much. So
I didn't know that.
Yes, that's true. It's true.
That's why they buy 27
So don't ever see anybody as like super
house.
charitable. They're super bitch. They don't want to pay. You know what I mean? Like that's.
Or if they're gonna pay, they'd rather give it to charity.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, which I guess is charitable.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, I don't like charity personally. I guess I do. But here's the thing. I don't like how Facebook is asking people on their birthdays to.
Dude, I know. I thought that was so
people
weird.
wouldn't have even given that money to me. Okay. Why the fuck are you going to donate to a charity on my birthday? And that is just. I feel like it goes against your birthday. You know what I mean? That day is.
You're disrespecting your birthday if you donate to charity.
Yeah, if you're giving your day to other people.
Well, y'all are both assholes. I personally would love to donate to charity on my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I had to sneeze.
He's disgusting. Oh my god. We can auto-tune the sneeze. Go ahead.
Alright.
I'm kidding.
Too much pressure. It went away.
Your sneeze is going to sound like T-Pain.
I chew.
Okay, they tell Kim D that she just needs to tone it down a notch. I like how Melissa was like calmly talking. She was like, hey, look, okay, I'm not going to call you a name. You're not going to call me a name. Let's not raise voices like just for a second. Okay. And I was like, okay, bitch, go ahead. And she's like, you just need to tone it down a notch, which is like very true. But I just feel like Kim D's really funny because
they want her to tone it down a notch because she's trying to be on the show, and if she takes it up too many notches, they're going to let her on the show.
No, they want her to tone it down a notch because they're calling each other bitches and stupid, and she's saying, hey, you're cheating on your husband. Okay, she's trying to literally like attack their family. So Teresa's like, bitch, what did I say that, like, because Kim D was like, I am, I'm embarrassed what they said about me and Teresa's like, bitch, why did I say that stuff? Because you said I'm trying to cheat on my husband. You know what I mean? Like, Kim D is so super wrong. She's retarded. I mean, special needs.
Who's cheating on their husband? Kim D or Teresa?
No one is cheating. Kim D is saying that Teresa
is cheating. Oh, okay. Teresa says that Kim D has a prostitution business and that she's a madam. And
Kim D was like, even if that was true, I wouldn't be embarrassed about that. And I mean, being a pimp is not a bad thing. Like, that is not a bad. I mean, like, if you beat your hoes, yeah, but. Yeah,
I think regardless, it's kind of a bad thing.
I mean, it depends on your version. Like, what's bad about it?
What?
What's bad about it?
You're taking advantage of people
that chose to.
Yeah, what if they want to do it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What are you taking advantage of? What?
I think it'd be different if you were beating them, maybe.
Or you were making them. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying you're a pimp for people who want to have sex
a
for
business.
money.
I guess. I mean, there are legal businesses like that out there.
Yes.
What are they called? What are those people that go to
Cat
like
house.
The cat house, yeah. I mean, duh. Air Force Amy, duh. Shout out.
I mean, I guess, yeah, in that context, they seem to be enjoying themselves, whatever, if they want to.
if they want to.
Yeah, I mean, oh my gosh. It's just genius. Your rent's paid. All you have to do is suck a dick.
Oh my gosh.
It's genius. No. Yeah, she would have no problem being a madam. And Andy even says she kind of seems like she would be. And Kim D says she's not a troublemaker, even though that's literally all she does. Teresa, Andy was like, okay, Kim, bye, have a great day. And Teresa's like, no. What about Danielle? Danielle has problems with her too. And kept her out there. And I just thought that was really fun. That's very weird for that to happen. But yeah, he was like, oh yeah, you do have problems with her too. The problems that they talked about were literally, Danielle was on, this is season 9. Danielle was on season 2. She literally was talking about her posh fashion show from season 2, where she got her hair pulled. And I was like, bitch, if that's not the most irrelevant.
Yeah, she's reaching there.
Yeah, oh my God, you're still mad?
She's just trying to spread the anger elsewhere.
Siggy's husband's happier with her home, and he didn't want her on the show really anyway, or having more work anyway, so I'm sure that that's very much true. And then they have... how do you guys feel about plastic surgery? They were talking about that for some reason. I mean, obviously.
I think if you want to do it and, like, you have the money and...
Would you ever do it? What would you do?
My nose. I don't like my nose.
Why?
Oh.
I don't know. I have big nostrils. I don't like it.
No.
Actually, now that you said that, no, I'm kidding.
Shut up!
I think you're perfect. You don't need to change a thing.
Yeah,
you should
my
never
God.
get plastic surgery.
Well, I'm never going to. I don't have the money.
Yeah, no, that's what
Even if we do, you're not getting it.
You can't. Don't hold me down.
Yeah, right. if they have the money, why not? Like, what would you do?
If I was, like, really for it, like, I wouldn't do it.
While we're
but-
on rhinoplasties, I mean, come on.
I'd have her get a boob job. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, punch. You even talk about yourself!
I
You
know.
rude-ass bitch!
I know, that was the joke. That was the joke.
Oh my
We're
God.
gonna call
I
you
knew.
Jax.
So, so on myself, if I had to get plastic surgery, I don't know, probably some Botox. My forehead's getting kind of wrinkly. I'm only 23.
Yeah.
Look at my forehead.
You should get it around your eyes.
Well,
You see the wrinkle? This is
No,
a
I'm just
relaxed forehead.
Well, I've watched a lot of Housewives, and Botox isn't technically considered.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Well,
I mean,
then... if
It's
I had
something that
to-
you're, like, changing completely
maybe change your
about
cleft
yourself.
chin.
I don't have a
But they could
cleft
fill
chin.
in.
What? What? I don't have a butt chin. Is that what a cleft
Yeah,
chin is?
you do kind of.
Lightweight, but it doesn't have a
I feel
crease
like
or
they could
nothing.
definitely put some
Like,
fat
I can't
in there.
even crease it if I wanted to. I think it's a fashionable cleft chin. Thank you very much.
I want to take a marker right now.
I would
We
take
should
this giant bump out of my nose. I have a pretty
Don't
sizable
copy me.
lump on my
You
nose.
just want your nose done because I said I'd get mine.
See,
No.
white people just do not like their nose. Maybe I don't know.
Most of the time, when people get plastic surgery, yeah, they do something to their nose.
I feel like, yeah, and their boobs. I'd get butt injections.
Yeah.
No.
No. Yeah. Fat transfer. That was gonna be mine. I would do a fat transfer.
Where would you transfer?
From my stomach
To what?
to get an ass. Yeah.
Oh.
You put it in your
Just do
butt.
that. Just do that. Just do that.
We took
You know?
all your stomach fat and put it in your ass.
No.
Just-
Oh my God, no.
Just some of it.
No.
How
The
much?
entire thing, that would be ridiculous.
It would look like this.
Like, hey, Michelle. Or like, maybe even make them make abs for you. They would have to like.
Do they carve it? Do they?
I don't know how they do it, but
would be weird.
I feel like it would look weird, but no one would like. It would be like a look, don't touch kind of thing. I feel like those things are really fragile.
Yeah, fake abs made out of fat.
You think so?
I can't even imagine.
I don't know what they're made out of.
We should Google it.
I know.
Well, abs are made out of muscles. Real abs are made out of muscles, and when you get rid of the fat on top of them, they show. Well, so I don't know how. Do they just get rid of all the fat, or do they put something else in there to give them shape?
Well, I think I would still have to lose weight, but I would have to get implants as abs. It's literally like implants.
Silicone abs.
Yeah.
You have like a bunch of water balloons.
Probably.
Can they cut fat off you, like for plastic surgery? Can they like literally cut it off you?
Liposuction. Yeah, you take the.
I take mine back. I wouldn't get my nose done. I just want to.
Not fat.
I don't think I'm fat. I don't think I'm fat, but I just want like a little toned stomach. So if they could cut off my little pooch, that would be cool.
Don't say cut off because that makes it sound like they're cutting your skin off.
This is what I imagine: them cutting just that little pooch off,
and then sewing it back up.
And then
Ew, then you have a big scar across your stomach. That's not how it works.
I don't know how it works.
Well, they just,
what do they do? Where do they stick it? In your belly button?
They pull the fat cells out from inside your body.
Okay, well then would that work then?
I don't know what they use, what tools they use, but they just pull the fat out. They don't remove your skin unless you have a bunch of excess skin.
Yeah, no, which is usually what happens if you're like really big and you lose weight. They totally like.
They need some of that skin to come off, or else you're going to be wearing a meat skirt.
Oh my god!
The rest of your life, yeah.
You're gonna have bat wings and stuff.
Yeah, I'll probably think my girlfriend weighs like 300
Siggy
pounds.
said that if it's worth it to you, you literally need to go into debt to get that facelift to make yourself feel better. Do you think? I think Lynn Curtin thinks that's true. Which you guys don't know that reference, but she's a Real Housewives of Orange County who this bitch literally got served an eviction notice on camera. It was insane. They served it to her daughters, in fact. They knocked on the door with the camera, and the girl opened it, and she's like, what? And he's like, you've been served an eviction. And it was just like the best TV I've ever seen. Like, it was really, really
Wait, so
but they had just gotten facelifts and stuff, but bitch, you couldn't pay for your house? Like,
you look pretty happy for someone who just got evicted.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Oh my god, yeah, she was the youngest looking homeless person. Margaret calls her an asshole, and Siggy brings up her lawsuits by saying, bitch, you're getting sued for apparently a picture of a whale.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. It was Vineyard Vines.
Oh, look at you, bitch.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she's getting sued, and honestly,
what's that?
It's
Vineyard Vines is like a clothing line. They have it at the Derby all the time. Like,
and it has a little whale for the logo. I
Yeah.
think I know.
Yeah.
just said that.
they're suing Margaret over the whale.
Yeah, and she was like,
used their
she
whale.
said that it's totally normal.
yeah,
like,
she
this
said
totally
it was normal,
happens.
and everybody gets sued.
Everybody
when you're in a
gets
business. and they were like, no, I don't think
clothing
that's
business?
true.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, she stole a clothing business logo from a clothing business.
Yeah,
Obviously, you're gonna get sued.
Yeah. But
She said she had
Is
it.
her logo a whale too?
I think, and she said she had it forever, and since she's getting big, they just now noticed it.
You better make it an orca or something like.
so you still
Make
on
it a
this
different
Put spots
breed.
on it.
holier than thou shit, because I mean, honestly, Siggy is being mad for no, like, she's being ridiculous, like she's just hating and holding on to this hate of this pettiness about the Hitler situation. But yeah, about the Hitler situation. But so much so, I hate that everything she says is about like, but bitch, you're an evil person, because she was like, my father said to me that you don't let anyone change you, no matter what, because they tried to put me on Ritalin, and he's like, no way, you be the person you are. Some people may not like, you know what I mean, like being very preachy, but in like bitch, I know you're talking about me kind of way. And then they went straight to Margaret, was like, so, Margaret, what did your mom ever say? And she's like, Marge, so what's the best advice Marge ever gave you? She's like, she said, spend your last dollar on a lipstick. Like, she don't give a fuck. It was a good contrast there. Siggy's trying to fight. Margaret's like, bitch, why are you still mad? Okay, Teresa's mom just died. I thought it was really weird when Andy asked if Marge would go out with Teresa's dad.
What?
Yeah.
And she just died.
Yeah. Like, she asked if Margaret's mom would date Teresa's dad. And I'm like, that's really weird. Like, we shouldn't, I don't know.
How old are they? They don't need any,
Yeah.
they don't need new love. They just need to wither away.
Yeah.
That's rude.
I mean, I guess that they're into that, but I just can't picture myself being
she was
attracted to
66.
anybody that
Her
age.
mom was 66.
Oh, that sounds...
That's not that old.
No.
Like thinking they're like
Yeah.
super old.
Well, is her dad older than that? Or is she 66?
Her
too?
dad looks older than that.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. And there are all kinds of anomalies, so I always thought, like, old guys go first. Like, you know what I mean? That's how I thought. But I guess that's literally just, like, typically, not legitimately. Dina, who was a previous cast member on New Jersey, she was robbed.
Oh, no.
I mean, I only wrote that because I felt like it was a big deal. Like, I don't know. Dina needs to... Like, she was okay. She's all about the namaste, but whatever.
Now she's only a...
She's not even a friend of.
50 millionaire.
Yeah, she moved to Beverly Hills, I believe.
50.5 millionaire.
They asked if Frank and her will ever be together, and she doesn't feel like... She said, I don't feel like we're not. Doesn't she have a boyfriend? Like, that's the whole thing. Like, okay, your baby daddy lives with you again, but, like, don't you still have a boyfriend?
Yeah, they
like,
were
it's
asking
like,
them
you
if
need
they
to
like
date.
wake up together in the morning.
Yeah!
And stuff.
It's like, are
She's
you
like, no.
with him or... I think they should be.
Do they sleep
I mean,
in
he
the same
cheated,
bed?
but it was... Okay, you've been broke up with him for like 20 years. He cheated on you, yes. I think a 20-year punishment that I wouldn't want to cheat again. Because I know, okay,
Wait,
I'll
they've
be
been
dead
broken
this
up
time.
for 20 years?
Or, I mean, for a long time since...
And they still live together?
Not 20 years, I'm exaggerating, but like over a
been a-
decade. Yeah. A good
And they
chunk
still
of
live
time.
together, though?
Yeah, no, he just moved back in with her.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah. But they don't fuck.
Yeah, I remember
to
her
them.
saying that.
They're both good-looking people. I'm sure that they've had close calls, though, at least.
Well, I mean, they live in the same house.
And they've had sex before, so it's
Yeah.
not... I don't...
I guarantee you, she's lying.
Dolores and Danielle go at it. Danielle saying Dolores said Teresa is money hungry. She was like, I dropped off my son before I knew. You know what I mean? She's like, I'm a horrible person, but you would drop your son off with me. She's like, that was before I knew. Well, bitch, you didn't do your due diligence about a weird-ass bitch before you dropped your kid off. Like, you just dropped her off to a stranger. I don't know. I just feel like... That's before I knew you were a pedophile. Like, you couldn't say that. No, I'm kidding. Oh, wait. We should have put that in.
Oh, okay. So nobody was a pedophile.
No,
All right.
no.
Let's just make that
Cut
clear.
that out.
Yeah. Okay. So I just want to clear this. That we're going to talk about the Margaret and Siggy and the Hitler situation, but just to break it all down so that we can just... Here's what happened once again, because, like I said, Dora the Explorer. Okay? All right. So, Siggy is mad at Margaret for saying, in an argument, look, Hitler would not have killed me because she has blonde hair and blue eyes, but that doesn't make him a good person. Okay? And Siggy says, bitch, you're anti-Semitic because... that you should never bring up Hitler.
Yeah, she took that way out of context.
Fuck?
Yeah.
Exactly. And that is literally the entire argument.
Yeah, she just kept saying you shouldn't talk about Hitler. You shouldn't talk about Hitler.
She's like, Hitler's not an analogy, bitch. It was used as one. Okay?
Anything can be an analogy.
Exactly. And that is literally the entire... Literally...
Nuclear bomb could be an analogy. Doesn't mean
host-
I'm a nuclear terrorist.
The host literally breaks down and he's like... Siggy, I gotta tell you, I'm really on the other side of this.
Yeah,
I'm Jewish. I asked my parents, they're Jewish. If they were offended, no one was offended. And Siggy's like, you know what? I don't care. Like, so you admit
Don't worry,
that,
Jewish people. I'm offended for you.
Exactly. You should see this bitch's Twitter. I've been following her on Twitter, and she is just relentless. She's retweeting anyone who agrees with her. She's already quit the show. She's already done. It's just... what a stupid reason to kind of fall out, quit the show, because you really can't get out of your tailspin of being wrong. Bitch, just stop it.
And the person that she's calling that, didn't they say that
she has Jewish kids?
Yeah, she like raised her kids Jewish and like everything, but she's saying that she hates Jews.
Okay, I don't know why I wrote this because I don't remember exactly what was said, but for some reason, did Kim? They said to Kim, do you build concentration camps? And Teresa said, "Oh, I don't know. We don't know that," or something along those lines. Something. I don't know, some ridiculous fucking statement, but I need to remember it. Oh my god, I don't know.
I don't remember that part.
Oh my god. Danielle and or Siggy and Dolores are just downplaying Danielle the entire reunion. They're sitting on the other side of the couch. Every time she talks, they're like, "You see this bitch?" Like they're just talking shit about her. Like she's just ridiculous. Like whatever.
Wait, Danielle, the one who's not on the show?
Yeah.
She was at the reunion?
Yeah, she's a friend of.
Oh. Well, so they just brought her out for a segment.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a big part of the show still.
Yeah. I mean, she's probably trying to weasel her way back on now, right?
If they're lucky, she'll be on. Danielle helps the show. You don't understand.
Right.
She's been gone since season 2, and every single season
they talk about her.
We've been like, when's Danielle coming back? Where is she? If they get the Loritas back, New Jersey's going to be a whole other show. It's going to be back to normal.
Normal. That was air quotes for those of you who can't see me.
Normal is in back to like season 1. Siggy treats Hitler like Voldemort. Like that's what I realized. Like you literally can't say his name or anything like that.
He who was not.
Yeah, exactly. Like you literally cannot reference him. Period.
Yeah, she seriously kept saying that. Like you can't talk about Hitler.
Yeah.
You can't talk about him.
Yeah, you can. If you don't, the fear wins. You know. No. They do a rose and thorn, which they stole from Real Housewives of New York, which is like, what's your rose of the week and what's your thorn? And then Andy brings out cake. And
did they throw it?
That was the whole joke. Yeah, and then Teresa did rub it on his face. And of course we're like, okay, that bitch hasn't learned anything. Because she doesn't have to. That's what's great. And Teresa knows it. She can literally go the whole season, not learn a lesson, and still kick another bitch off. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. God, I swear to God, if she gets deported to Italy, it's just gonna be Real Housewives of Italy. Like she's gonna make a new franchise. They're gonna follow her. It doesn't matter.
Follow her to Italy.
100%. They already have international ones. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I would say it's heating up, but I'd be lying. Because the show doesn't heat up. It's like a stupid ember, you know. But whatever. I'll watch it anyway. It opens with Lisa Vanderpump at Vanderpump Dogs, which you got to see that cute little puppy. I know you remember that at least.
I do remember that. It's so cute. He's so little.
I just don't like that she has to hide her evilness with good deeds towards dogs.
I like her.
I know, but I'm telling you, she's a bitch. She's the worst. They start talking about the lawsuit that she's apparently in. They open with that right away, saying, you know, Ken's already paid over $40,000 to these people, but the deal wasn't quite right, so they had to walk away from it. And now the lady's trying to sue them, saying that he reneged on the deal that they were supposed to have. And
wait, so there was a deal for this physical assault?
No, not for the physical assault.
Oh, there's something else.
There was a deal for another restaurant, I believe, or I don't know, some type of deal for some type of something, like a building or a restaurant or something. And it fell through because it was a shitty, it was a shitty partner. They're not mentioning the physical assault. Lisa Rinna is.
Yeah.
Okay. They're saying that they're being sued. Definitely, that is what's happening. That is actual.
Okay.
But yeah, apparently he already gave them money, and they're framing it as we were just so trusting, and you know they're victims, and whoop whoop whoop. And I don't really ever believe Lisa Vanderpump's a victim. I think that's the mistake. She's not a victim.
She doesn't. Yeah.
She's a fucking Venus flytrap. She's waiting, and she will destroy it. Okay.
She's a badass. That's why
she is, but fuck her. Teddy is gonna have basically a facial party. It's a party at her house where basically everybody comes over and they have a different type of pampering. and like different types of facials. And I mean, why can't we have parties like that?
Facials are nice.
You know,
Y'all have fun with that.
Let's just have like a spa day, girls. Oh no! We see a clip from Kyle's new show. I've literally forced you guys to watch that, so y'all have to remember this. No, oh my God, the little girl like coming into the studio.
No, I know what you're talking about.
And it was like, and you guys were like, wait, go ahead, say what you thought.
Okay,
The acting wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I don't know the context of the show. Like, she did seem a little like what's the word, melodramatic or something.
Yeah, it seemed very gay.
Yeah, you said it was like like cheesy or something.
Yeah, it was very,
Yeah, it was melodramatic, and it was very cheesy, but I didn't know the context of the show, so I can't say whether or not it was good, but in Avery's biased opinion, it was terrible.
The film was like 5 seconds long, but we also don't know, like, the people or, like, anything.
Well, like, it's supposed to be, like, inspired by Kyle Richards' life, right? And that's why she's beefing with her sisters. And she even comments, she's like, I'm trying to explain to my sisters the difference between inspired by and based on. First of all, bitch, I feel like those are the same exact thing, pretty much.
Inspired by and based on. Yeah, mostly.
I mean, pretty much.
If you base a story on something, you were obviously inspired.
If there's
by
a character in that bitch that is like me, is in reference to me,
so you
that talks like me or anything, bitch, that's me.
You saw the picture that they showed after, like, of her and her mom.
Yeah.
On the screen. Didn't that little girl look just like her?
Yeah.
Like, she really tried to cast a little girl version of herself.
No, that's. I mean, I guess you have to, right, for it to
inspired by.
I don't know.
I guess.
Erica Jane decided to hang out with Dorit, which is refreshing because they usually hate each other. And this is where you got the girl from Connecticut with the British accent. Okay, Kinsey, how does that make you feel?
I think it's weird.
Why?
Well, because you said that the only reason she has a British accent is because she traveled the world, and she said that she can speak however she wants if she's traveled the world.
I mean...
And it's fake. It's a fake British accent.
It's an affect, though. That? Don't you think you can do something for so long it literally becomes...
No, I definitely think...
Who did that? It was like some kind of rock band.
But I think it's weird.
Madonna did that. Madonna has a whole... It
was Madonna?
Yeah.
So what? Did she move?
She's British.
Over there?
Madonna is American. I'm like 95% sure, and that bitch has a British accent now. Okay, it's a thing.
Well, that's where they came up with the prima donna term because she was a major diva.
Well, Dorit is not a diva, and she's just a bitch, and actually she's nice to her husband because unless she's spending his money right now because they're shopping for his 50th birthday, and she's gonna set up a party for him, but they're going Bugatti shopping, which I don't know cars. I don't know cars.
A Bugatti,
but I know a Bugatti's a big deal.
Is about. I might be wrong. It's about $1 million car. I have Google.
No, they said $3 million.
$3 million.
Yeah, okay, it was a $3 million car, and
I don't know where she's getting $3 million from.
Of course, I had to write that down because I wasn't gonna know that.
Where is she gonna get $3 million from?
Yeah, no, exactly.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it a present if you're spending their money? Is it really a present? And then they test drive one and everything. Erica says it made her dick hard. Okay. But they decide not to buy one. She's like, yeah, he would kill me if I spent $3 million. But bitch, I thought you had that. I thought y'all had money. I thought y'all lived in Beverly Hills.
Bugatti shopping.
Lisa Rinna is worried about her daughter running wild in New York. She's 18. She's a model living by herself in New York City. She's gonna get tons of dick.
Oh my god.
She is gonna go wild. They should be worried about that.
That's basically what they're saying.
That's
right?
exactly what
they're saying. That without saying it. They're like, I'm so nervous to go to New York.
Since she's gonna get
the life is gonna be, the nightlife is crazy. Yada yada.
Yeah. Oh wait. I don't think. I mean, but that's pretty normal. They're like, exactly. They were like, nightlife is gonna happen. She can get it all into some stuff. So they're also mentioning drugs too. So she's gonna get into drugs.
She's going to college, or she's moving to New York?
She's a model.
She's a model.
Model moving to New York.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's gonna get into.
She's a model too.
She's gonna do both. Spoiler alert: she's gonna do both. I've just realized she's gonna fuck and.
They have a right to be nervous.
Yeah, absolutely.
They lived it.
In my opinion, Kyle comes to Lisa's dog place, and Lisa says that she doesn't have any dog washers, so she makes Kyle wash the dog herself, which I would be heated.
Yeah, why don't you got dog washers for, girl?
Yeah, and they talk about like popping the anal gland of your dog, and that's just yeah. Apparently, there's like a little.
That's a thing.
Yeah, I mean,
what?
Yeah.
An anal gland on your dog that you're supposed to squeeze.
Yeah.
And
you gotta do it yourself with your fingers.
I mean, normally like your groomer does it.
Yeah. Oh. But I mean,
but I don't know if they use their fingers.
It can go its entire life unpopped.
You pop it like a pimple?
Huh? I guess. I don't know. I've never seen one.
I've never seen one, but
I was not aware of this.
They definitely pop them because I'm not gonna go in. I'm not even gonna tell the story. Never mind.
Yeah. What's funny about the dog though?
I mean, I never popped one, but but like, okay, I'll tell it. Chance was
obviously
his butt was hurting. Obviously, couldn't poop. So then we took him to the vet, and then they were like,
they popped him?
No, they didn't pop them, but they were talking about how they were there. So then they took him to the groomer, and then my mom had to tell the groomer, like, hey, don't touch his butt because he already is having poop problems. So that's how I knew the groomer popped their anal glands.
That is disgusting. Oh my god. What's funny about that dog, honestly, is that it's actually that Kyle got that dog from the people suing Lisa, and Lisa's washing the dog. So that's kind of awesome. But Kyle's like backing her up, of course, because they're a team. Teddy calls Dorit, and she asks her to come early before the glam circle. So that they can talk about being left at the table and stuff.
Yeah, and she was like mad she had to come early.
Yeah, oh yeah. She was like, okay, I guess I'll have to come earlier than expected. Even though it was fucking 15 minutes. Sorry, I had to keep the voice for a second. It's 15 minutes, but okay. Then she was mad about the original time. The only reason I would get mad if I was coming earlier is if I was already mad about the... You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, why is it so early? And then it's like, okay... I don't know. So, Dorit shows up early, and she got her wine poured into a champagne glass. And she mentions it initially, but this will not be the last time that this is discussed. Okay? And she's like, I didn't make the rules about the glasses. I just know them. Okay?
I just follow them.
And that's just a pretentious bitch right there. I don't know. I've never noticed any glasses or anything. I'm not
I don't care what I'm drinking. You can put it in a solo cup.
That's literally what Lisa would have said. That's
probably, like, if they heard us saying that, they'd be like, oh, they're so Kentucky.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck.
These hicks. Yeah.
Bitch, you can drink out of literally anything. I would drink out of
your hands.
I would drink straight from the faucet. Yep. Fuck you. Okay.
I do drink straight from the faucet. It's more efficient.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
You don't have to clean the cup.
Yes.
But they talk about the lunch, and Teddy's like, I'm never wrong about time. And she's like, and she's like, so do you really think I'm lying about not knowing that it was 4:30? Like, it was 4 like, but I think you are lying, actually. It's good to just play dumb and act. If you stick with that story and like, I really didn't know. I really didn't.
Just like she's
what are you
lying
talking
about her British accent.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. She, but honestly, she could just be like, I mean, she has been apologizing the entire time, but I understand why Teddy is mad. Okay, don't tell your friends that I'm tripping and giving them a wrong time when, bitch, I don't want to defend myself about you if we're supposed to be friends. You know what I'm saying? Teddy, fuck, I did it again.
You've been doing it a lot.
With the lip smack, you just did it again.
Yeah, and I know what he meant by you can see it on the thing, because it's like...
Do it, Avery, do it right now.
See it? It goes right to the top. Boom.
Yeah, Teddy says...
It's those little baby ones.
Teddy says she shouldn't talk about it. Dorit says, don't be ridiculous, Teddy. These are my friends. I just loved it. She just said it with her chest. I just really I just want to call somebody ridiculous like that. You're ridiculous. You're ridiculous. Teddy tells Dorit that Camille's mad at her too for calling her cunt at the dinner before. Which, I mean, I feel like you should already know if you call someone out their name. But,
that's another one of those Dora the Explorer things. Like, every time it happens, it gets brought up in at least 2 more meals.
yeah.
At the very least.
Yeah, and
She's called me a bad name.
Yeah.
What did she call you?
And at this point, Dorit's
She called me this. She called you this.
Dorit's already like, okay, I can't even move forward. We need to change the glass. So she literally makes them change the glass. And she is funny. She's like, I just feel like it needs to be. I feel like it needs to be in the right glass.
Well, but for them, it's like seeing like a picture crooked, like it's just not right.
And
They're used to having it set
she
right
thinks
way.
she's gonna look really stupid walking around on camera when I would never have said anything if she didn't say anything.
Yeah.
But I guess to her friends, they're like, they're gonna see me with a fucking champagne glass. I'm saying this. Yeah, rent a drink from Red Cups. They were planning the boat party, so the party that she's throwing for her husband is going to be on a cruise ship, and half of it's going to be casino, and then half of it's going to be like a nightclub, which I would love a party like that. I can't imagine how much something like that would cost. I hope they go into detail about that.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly. LVP shows up and she asks Lisa about, bitch, why are you saying, I heard you brought up my husband, but I don't think no one's told Lisa about the fact that she specifically said he hit somebody. That's what we're missing here. And I think when she hears that, it's going to be a whole other story. So Lisa Rinna's playing it off. She's like, yeah, I mean, it's out in the post. Everybody can see it. But I don't think the full detail's out. I don't think they've covered it. So that's going to be something.
Oh, Ken's getting rowdy.
Well, yeah, Lisa says that she doesn't have beef because that's what Lisa was like. I do kind of have beef with you, or LVP said that to Lisa, and Lisa's like, "Bitch, you don't have beef. You just don't want to talk about your husband beating people. Like you just don't want to talk about it."
He's so quiet.
Quiet, and then he'll beat you.
You see, when he talked to James that one time? He's, I'll knock you fuck out.
Actually, I do remember that. I do remember that. He's crazy.
Yeah.
My opinion has completely changed.
Camille shows up, and Dorit walks up on her and apologizes while she's getting a facial, and she's just she's on an apology tour, and everybody forgives her, and I guess that's fine. But yeah, she called her a cunt in front of her new boyfriend and said that she should wear a strap on and fuck him or something, which is very weird when you're first meeting somebody. But
I zoned out. What?
You're stupid.
Yeah, shut up.
I don't even want your opinion. I zoned out on your opinion. Camille says that she forgives, but she doesn't see a friendship, and that's okay. It's really good. That's mature. And Dorit concludes her apology tour, and I mean, I guess we could talk about what is supposed to happen for next week, but I don't remember because, honestly,
Did you fall asleep the last 10 minutes of the episode?
No. I watched the rest of it. That was really it. They were having that party, and I'm telling you that I know, as surprised as you are about that ending and how boring that the season is.
Yeah, worst cliffhanger ever.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Is that how it is every episode?
No.
They like to
See,
end
what's
with
going to be
argument
great,
a lot of
what you're
times.
going to learn about. See, when you start over on Beverly Hills, you're going to learn about the first 5 seasons, okay, and how great it was, and then you're going to be like, oh, I see what happened. You know what I mean? It'll be something interesting. Okay, so Vanderpump Rules, which is the greatest show on television.
I'll second that.
It hasn't won. I mean, the award season's happening, and I haven't heard any buzz yet, but I was hoping.
What, for an Emmy?
Yeah, but
they're like really popular now. I feel like.
yeah, oh yeah, and they're just gonna get more and more popular. Like if
The
you're not
more and
watching it,
more-
you're kind of like the worst person.
Yeah, the more and more
I
they
love
cheat
it.
on each other, then the more and more popular they're gonna get. And
Yeah.
I think they know that. So
They're just
I
gonna
think-
keep cheating on each
I
other.
think
Yeah,
eventually
they're
by
gonna be doing
season
worse
10,
things. It'll just
they're
be a
all
porno.
gonna be one big couple. Like they're just gonna be one. They're all gonna be dating each other, like officially.
They
it's gonna be
already
like a
do.
weird
Yeah.
sex cult.
They're gonna get their own neighborhood and fucking, but this one opens with Lisa and Stassi having a meeting about her dressing the staff, and she's joking that like it's not gonna be hard for me to get any respect from these people, even though they know her all pretty well, and she's not gonna get any.
Well, yeah, no, because they can't take her seriously.
Yeah, she was like, just a couple months ago, I was getting drunk with them, and now I'm their boss.
Yeah, which she's not really their boss.
Yeah, she's just like dressing them, but
Oh, and then they
Dressing,
show
so-
a photo of her titties, and like how one was
I think it's on Instagram.
And so it was on Snapchat.
one
too.
was teardrop, one was jelly bean. It's kind of
Yeah,
Be-
and Lisa was like, wait, which one's was the breast reduction? And like, you can so clearly tell.
Well, yeah, you could tell. I didn't think the one that wasn't done looked that bad.
I mean, I don't
think they were just causing her problems.
I don't have
Yeah,
a lot
yeah, I
of,
know. I was just
like I don't have like a lot of titty. I don't have a good titty track record or anything. Like I don't have like tons of titty info, but they both looked okay. But I knew one was better. I knew that. I knew that for sure.
it was perky.
I know
and
a
all that
bad
good
titty.
stuff.
I always know when something's bad. Like I never notice eyebrows, but I can.
notice
I know. I swear to God, I can notice a bad eyebrow. You know what I mean? I don't think that they need
I
to
can
be
notice
done.
good eyebrows too. Like,
I don't know. I really don't look at eyebrows for real.
I bet if you start looking at them, you would notice. I swear.
What do you think about my eyebrows?
Unimportant. I mean, they're very normal. Like
You have
there's
good eyebrows
very
for a
normal
boy.
eyebrows.
I have good boy eyebrows, apparently. That's awesome.
I mean, see, I would not know. I would not know the difference. It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
really doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Unless they connect, then I would be like, wait a second.
You
know what I mean?
Okay,
You only
no.
recognize it
You are
just
making
one
me
or
mad
two.
right now.
It's
For being
true.
honest.
No one gives a fuck about your eyebrows.
Yes, they do.
I swear to
Oh my
God, no.
I'm getting on Instagram right now.
Look, I've been around a lot of guys talking about women. Okay, I don't mean to brag.
Maybe not guys,
And-
but I feel like girls
And
definitely
I swear to
notice
God,
their
not
eyebrows.
one of
At
them
least my
guys,
friends
not
do. We always
one of the
talk about
guys have ever said, "Yeah, that bitch is." I swear to God, I totally wanted that bitch. Her eyebrows were they were. They
No,
were
but
so
I
hot.
bet
They
if
were
there's,
so
like-
sexy.
You could use a good threading.
Okay, shut the fuck up, bitch.
Yeah, you could get your eyebrows threaded.
Okay,
and
that's-
be so
And then you'll see the
metrosexual.
difference.
Do you, jokes on you guys. I'm already self-conscious about enough things. I don't even have time.
Okay, you're telling me that if you've seen these eyebrows, you would be like, oh, like,
That's an extreme example right there.
no, it's not. Girls' eyebrows are like that.
Oh my God, yeah, no. If you, like I said, I notice bad eyebrow. If you draw on your eyebrows, bitch, I'll notice it.
Bet you wouldn't. Bet you
Yeah, I
wouldn't.
will.
No, that microblading is some stuff.
Bet you wouldn't. Look, this girl draws her eyebrows on. This is the last thing we can talk about. This.
I know. I just realized
This girl draws her eyebrows on. Those are drawn on eyebrows.
She's an
You
artist.
cannot tell.
Yeah.
She said it takes 5 minutes.
Not on Instagram, bitch.
I
but-
see her in person every day.
Okay.
You cannot tell. You're gonna have to cut this out, but you cannot tell.
I would lick my finger and rub her head.
You wouldn't be able to tell.
Give her a little slice in her eyebrow.
I'm about to go get her and bring her up here right now.
Seriously, sure.
I'm gonna text her and be like, hey, come here.
No. Oh wait, if that bitch
Yes.
does it.
I'm gonna say, hey, come here. I
Let
need to see
Avery
your
try to rub
eyebrows.
your eyebrow.
That is hilarious. I mean, if she's that close, I mean, we might as well try it. So the guys apparently go to this thing called Wakey, which I still haven't quite figured out what the fuck that was.
It was like some meditation thing.
I guess Jackson's up crying.
Yeah, that was weird to me.
Oh, my favorite part is he's like, it's fucked up, man. After, me cheating on Brittany, nobody's even come up and asked me how I feel. Like, what the fuck?
Nobody cares.
Because no one gives a fuck. Like, and then he starts hitting on the bitch. who's teaching the class.
Okay, first off, I also thought it was weird that he thought the class that he was going to, he thought they were going to be in a little sandbox and just taking a little rake and like raking the sand around. That's what he said that he thought that was.
To be honest, that's closer than what I have no idea what the fuck.
It was like a meditation. I mean, I definitely would have known what it was, but I would have known that it wasn't a little sand. I mean, they like, I don't know. They like meditate.
Maybe things
like
wakeboarding.
Smells and stuff. I don't know. It was like a meditation thing. I just thought it was weird that that's what he thought that was.
Sitting in a sandbox.
No, he didn't think it was sitting in one. He thought it was one of those little mini ones that you just take a little break.
Well, he must be crying a lot more at home, too, because Brittany, when the girls meet there, she's basically like, you know, I see him taking steps. And, like...
Brittany's making me mad.
She's very irritating.
She's so nice. She doesn't want to be with him. He's a turd.
And Ariana and Sheena are upset that people are talking shit, but that's all that they're doing, and that's all that they do. And Katie wouldn't have even said anything if you hadn't have said anything. Yeah. It's really weird how they can just totally forget what they did.
Brittany said the same thing. Brittany was like, I don't know why they're mad. They were literally doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Mad about what?
Okay, so Ariana and Sheena talked to Lala, and Lala made up this rumor, or maybe it wasn't made up, probably wasn't, that Tom Schwartz cheated on Katie. So then they went around.
No, yeah, he's already admitted it.
Yeah, he did it. So he was like, they went around and they were telling everybody. Well, then Katie went around and was telling everybody, well, I seen Rob, which is
making out with somebody else. And Sheena's admitted to that, too. That actually happened. And she is walking around to everybody like this is going to ruin my relationship, bitch. You're the only person bringing it up. No one else is talking about this. And she's literally self-destructing her own relationship because she's freaking out about the fact that her boyfriend actually did it. You know what I mean? Like, so she's tripping. She's really tripping right now.
Well, she's acting like Katie, made this over dramatic and stuff, but it really did happen.
So
and she's like, hey, you're saying he's making out with other people. He doesn't even make out with me. What a statement! That is the weirdest statement.
You literally kept talking about. We don't even kiss.
Yeah, we don't even kiss. So why would he kiss other people? That's so weird.
But then it came out that he really did.
Yeah, I mean.
So it was weird. Like the entire thing was weird.
Don't you think it's weird that Brittany can hang out with Ariana, Lala, and Sheena, and then go
weird, yeah.
Because I feel like for anybody else, any other human, any other anything, that would be a problem. But for some reason, Brittany can Stassi, Katie, and Kristen.
And then she goes back
those two
to
groups
Lala,
hate each other.
Sheena,
But she literally was in one scene with the first three.
Well, yeah, why can't there be a peacemaker?
I just feel like that's weird. Like
no bridge.
I only think it's weird because
I feel like that's weird.
She has to continue to go back and kind of, she'll be like, yeah, they did say this, but it's okay, blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
It's because
she's trying to smooth things over.
Yeah,
but it's really hard because.
But here's my thing:
it kind of looks like she's talking crap too.
There's one thing about being a peacemaker, but there's also there's a right and a wrong, and I feel like
you need to pick a side.
Yes, absolutely. You have to pick a side because
that's our problem. Everybody has to pick sides.
Both people can't be right. Okay, let's look at this logically and really think about it. And the wrong person loses, like it should be. I don't know. I feel like that's pretty easy.
If you were Brittany, what group would you pick? I already know. Don't even ask.
I mean, yeah, duh.
Stassi, Katie.
Yeah.
I hate Kristen.
I said the side of wrong and right. Okay. I mean.
I hate Kristen.
Yeah. Kristen is reformed wrong. Okay. She was wrong, and I feel like she's real. You don't think in the past 3 seasons she's pretty much positioned herself to be a better person, kind of.
I mean, she has, but I just can't get over her. I just don't like her. I literally do not like her at all.
I love Kristen now.
No.
I mean, she was a cheating whore before, but she's totally reformed.
Kristen's
she's so annoying.
Focusing on everybody else's shit so that it can eliminate or make people forget about what a shitty person she is.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Katie is messy, and she's justified. And they were talking about it when they were hanging out, but she's that's the difference. Katie was messy too. Talk about Rob. But bitch, if you didn't bring up my boyfriend, I would have never said anything. So you can be an asshole and you can be wrong, but as long as it's justified,
I think
you have to have a reason.
I think it's weird they're getting mad about it in the first place because wouldn't they want to know? At least they're finding out about it. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
They're like getting mad because they're talking about it.
But if you're not my friend, I'm not going to tell you that your person's cheating on you.
I know, but wouldn't she want to know?
Trust me, I'd have a few conversations. Okay? But no, I'm like, bitch. If we're not friends, then that doesn't make any sense. Mm-hmm. You don't need to. I would stay very clear of that. So no, that's not really weird to me. Stassi points out some facts, but I forgot what they are. But I just wrote that down because it's true. So we'll just insert
Stassi
whatever
always
she said.
points out some facts.
Yeah, I mean, duh. You know. And she should. She says Jackson. Okay. No. This is what it was. She was like basically saying that, you know, Brittany, Jax is doing this, and this. He's never actually gonna, you know, and she knows from firsthand experience. But that's the thing. Should she? That's my whole thing. I'm like, Stassi, you're right, absolutely, but she's with him. Maybe you shouldn't say anything because she's just going to resent you for it. Like, she don't give a fuck, obviously. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even say anything just because, like, bitch, you don't care. It doesn't matter. So I think
they're still trying to push her away from him, though. That's why they keep saying that.
Yeah, but that
was the
never
whole point
works.
in them
That never
bringing,
actually works.
Brittany's mom in, too, because they're like,
no.
I don't think it's going to work either.
If you try to rationalize with people like that, they're just going to hate you. And then they have to learn it on their own. And Stassi literally said Jax in his 35 years of living has never broken up with a girl. What does that tell you? And he's like the worst person ever. Like
he broke up with Laura Lee.
They both broke up with him. Were they together?
That wasn't even a relationship. That was a mess. That was really a disaster.
That was really hilarious.
No, I hated it.
That was brilliant.
Laura Lee too.
She's a dumbass bitch. Because you don't make a grandstanding speech about a dude who's just fucking you, okay? That's terrible. He makes me happy, okay? Like, he fills that hole inside that, you know, my dad couldn't fill.
That's weird. That is weird.
Yeah. Logan, James, and Lala are drinking, and
ooh.
Yeah.
What do you think about Logan? Oh my god.
Logan's James's gay friend.
Do you think like they're just friends?
Oh my god, we will get to that.
Okay.
I don't. I think something's up.
At Pride, they were being so weird. Like I was uncomfortable for Raquel.
Yeah, I was too. It was very weird. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Sometimes it's like you can't really help, but.
And she just sat there. Oh my gosh.
But Logan and they're drinking, and this is the pasta fight. Okay, so literally they're joking, and Lala's like, "Yeah, Raquel asked me if I wanted a bite of her pasta, and I ate the whole thing." Or without asking or something. I ate the rest of it. But pasta apparently is code for cocaine. So
I mean, it has to be code for something because that whole fight did not make sense. No, like if it was just pasta.
No way, exactly. And
it was weird.
And James was like, then he just starts going in on Lala, like your boyfriend just you use him to pay your rent, and like you're just you know what I mean, just going in.
He kept calling him wrinkly and
yeah,
your wrinkly boyfriend.
Yeah.
That's literally exactly what it sounded.
So she's like, you better watch what the fuck you say, or I'm not gonna be next to you. And they start having a conversation outside, but it's just really funny because. Like, they're just screaming pasta at each other. It's not about the fucking pasta! It's not about the pasta!
Like, quit talking about the pasta. We're paying too much attention to pasta. People don't understand why we're talking so much about pasta.
Yeah, oh my god. I just told you that I ate her pasta. And it's just amazing. Because I hear cocaine in my head. So it's just,
why do you think that's that? Did you look it up?
Well, I mean, there's well, yeah, I was in like a little report online, but
But also, if you listen to this argument, like,
I mean, I'm no stranger to like I might know people or heard of people who have nicknamed drugs food before. So
if you wouldn't have told me that, I wouldn't have known though.
Like on How I Met Your Mother, they talk about they were eating sandwiches. If you watch How I Met Your Mother, you know what I mean.
Yeah. I don't watch that.
They go flashbacks. You know, we were eating a sandwich, and then he passes him like a big giant.
I just don't like that the whole show is one big neck muscle. So, okay, so this isn't the story. Okay, so this isn't the story.
It is the story.
No, it's not.
Yes,
no, it's not. Because
it would be. You watch it to the end. Yes,
it would be one episode.
It literally says online that it's cocaine.
Oh, okay. Well, confirmed.
So at Sir, Sheena hears about the girls talking shit and says that her relationship has problems now because of it. Bitch, you're the only one bringing it up now. No one gives a fuck if he kissed somebody. And she's like, literally, he's like having it. Oh my God, hold on.
He's having issues with the fact that he kissed somebody, and I talked to him about it.
Oh, the Toms, they're talking about their fucking sweat equity and their... I hate the Toms. What
I love them.
I don't like Tom Sandoval. They're so lame. They're just
doing their best.
They're like best friends. It's so cute.
That's gross.
And they don't know what they're doing with the business thing at all, but...
I just don't like that Tom Schwartz gets a pass on everything because he has charisma. Like, you can't cheat on your girlfriend because you have charisma. That's not okay.
Katie thinks he can.
That's not okay. That's not... Literally, he was like, I'm so happy that... Okay, because Katie, after you come home and tell your girlfriend, hey, I got blacked out drunk and I cheated on you. And then she says, okay, don't go out and drink and get blackout drunk anymore.
I love how, she was like, this is the final straw, guys. Like, they had a come to Jesus meeting.
Well,
they were like,
did it that night. So.
No, literally, that's what he's saying to Tom in this scene. He's like, I just love the fact that I got home after staying the night at your house because I was too drunk. And, she was totally nice about it. Like, that's why I love her. Like, I'm like, what the fuck?
I fell more in love with her when
because she's a fucking doormat? Yeah, I would love that. I would love a doormat, too. Oh, my God. So you're just going to totally go back on everything you told me to do. This is how
I think the reason she was okay with it was because Tom sent a picture of him asleep on the couch.
I think the reason she was okay with it is because when he came home and he was drunk talking to her and he was saying some beautiful... She was so infatuated with the fact they were talking about children and the future that she totally forgot, oh, wait, you're a wasted mess.
Smooth move, Tom.
Yeah,
Smooth move.
He's a dumbass. Like, if you can get wasted as long as you talk about good shit. Oh, my God.
But I also think the reason she didn't get so mad was because she knew where he was at because Tom Sandoval sent a picture of him. So she was like, oh, he's not out. He's blackout drunk, but he's not out.
He probably could have did that earlier, though.
Yeah, but in her mind... I feel like that's what she's thinking. Like, oh, he's just asleep. Because in the scene, she says, when have we ever... I don't even know what she said. It was something like, everybody falls asleep at their friend's house some nights. Do you remember that?
No.
When Katie said that, yeah. She was like, sometimes they just fall asleep at their friend's house.
Well, luckily Lisa got him in check as soon as she saw him. She's like, wait, you're married, though.
Yeah.
So she didn't know that you were staying at somebody else's house. You just didn't come home. Like, you can't do that when you're married, which I don't know exactly marriage rules, but I guess it is like more serious. You probably should come home to your wife.
Or at least let them know where you are. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But Lisa was like, you're fucking... Do I need to sit you down and read you your vows?
That's what she said.
She said he's getting too old. And then, okay, so we get to gay pride, okay? And I actually have never been to a gay pride, interestingly enough. We need to go at some point. I think it'd be interesting. Mm-hmm. Rob says... Wait, what? If I'm going to be... Oh, Rob comes up to Sheena and he's like, if I'm going to be in your life and it doesn't work for me, that's it. Like, which I feel like to say to anybody you're dating is kind of fuck. If it doesn't work for me, like, that's kind of like, it's not like, hey, I'm going to try to work it through this with you, or hey, like, this is going to be a good thing for us, or anything like that. It's like, bitch, if I don't like it, like, I'm gone. And I can see why Sheena's so nervous now, because he's ready to bounce. He's like, bitch, I'm rich as fuck. Like, I don't have time for this.
I think it's weird he's even starring on the show anyways.
Really? Why?
Yeah. I don't know, just because she always talks about how he has a lot going on and stuff like that, but he must not have too much going on.
I mean, you can come film a couple scenes. He's not all up and through it.
He's on the little picture, like...
No, he's not.
He's not.
Yeah, he is, I think.
Oh, he might be on the picture, but...
Like, like when they flash up Vanderpump, he's on there.
Okay, he might be there. I'm saying he's not on... He wasn't in, opening credits.
No, but on the picture, he's definitely there.
Yeah, I feel like if I was dating somebody on a reality TV show, I'd like to not be involved with it.
Yeah. Stassi's dressing people for the gay pride event, and Jax is like, she's like, I need you to like paint your face and like shit like that. He's like, no, I'm not doing it. Like he's just being a difficult piece of shit. And like they end up coming up, and Lisa was like, this is so like unfestive, and he just waves the flag. He's in a black shirt, just being an asshole. They notice like Sheena's dropping weight like really bad. She's like way thinner than.
Could you tell?
Because she's just so I mean, she's always thin. I mean, I could just she's
You've
very
been eating too
skeletal.
much pasta.
Yeah, probably.
She's always thin, but I swear I couldn't tell that she lost weight. They said she lost like 10 pounds.
Well, I mean, she looks thin all the time, but I feel like she does look a little frail. I thought so. But it's funny. Literally, Lisa ends up giving her a cheeseburger later. But
and it was Katie's.
For the first time, I thought it was weird. Jax didn't want to be a tool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, any tool. Oh my god, a chance to dress up and like, you know what I mean? That's a tool's like dream come true.
Oh,
They were
yeah.
literally telling him to take his shirt off.
Yeah.
Maybe he has his scars from his 3 breast surgeries. Maybe his nipples look weird
So
now.
weird, yeah. So what do y'all think about Billy Lee? I hope Billy Lee is honestly not like a huge proponent. I don't know.
Billy
how I
Lee?
feel. The transgender
Oh, yeah.
speaker. That
Why
they
don't
said-
you like her?
I don't know. I don't not like her. I just don't know what she's gonna bring. I don't want the show to get too preachy.
I feel like she brings like diversity, I guess.
Yeah, but is she gonna bring messiness? That's what I'm worried about. Like, I don't want it to get too holier than thou. These people are grimy, and I want it to stay that way. You know what I mean? She seems a little too good.
Wait, what's she doing?
She's a transgender.
Yeah,
No,
but
not
she's on the
because
show?
she's a transgender. I just mean like.
She's on the show?
Yeah, she's
I think
like,
she's gonna be on the show.
new.
She's being introduced to Sir. That's how she was put.
Yeah, she's like a hostess.
Yeah,
During Gay Pride, she made this big speech and stuff.
yeah, and that was like her intro.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
then I think Jax was like hugging on her. He's like they were like being
Yeah, they
friends.
have a connection.
Yeah. Because they've been through some of the same stuff. I don't really know what it is, but
He's probably
Well,
had
like-
sex with Billy too.
it wouldn't surprise me.
It really would.
He's gross.
So how do you feel about the whole Logan and James interaction?
I think I don't think James is gay, but I definitely think like something's going on there.
Yeah,
I think maybe he's like bi or something, or like curious.
I don't know.
What do you
I've
think? I mean,
kind
they
of
were
got-
being too. They were being crazy at Pride. Oh my gosh! And Raquel made me. It was uncomfortable. Watching it.
They were yeah. I mean, there was just so many weird moments. It's kind of like, okay, there's obviously something.
Yeah, I've always got that vibe from James a little bit.
I never got a gay vibe from him.
Really?
Never did either.
Tool, yeah. Douche, yeah. Gay, no. I just.
Well,
I
wait
think-
until you see the scene because it's weird.
I honestly feel like it's just like a guy who loves attention kind of thing. Like, he doesn't care where it's from. It's like, I don't know. I think they did something though. I think something's definitely afoot. It's just.
Logan was like, he was like, I love you as a friend. He was like, oh no, you love me more than a friend.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, and Raquel's literally sitting like this distance away. Like, it's really weird.
No, that is weird. I would be uncomfortable.
It was uncomfortable. It was weird.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
And they're like hugging on each other the entire time. And he like got mad because he didn't have a seat. Anyways, yeah, it was really weird.
I just feel like if it comes out that some shit's been going down, I mean, Logan's about to spill the beans. Definitely.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
like
That's gonna
Logan?
be crazy.
Well, also, yeah,
I-
maybe James is
You
still
don't
friends
have
with
an
him.
opinion?
I don't really care.
Maybe
honestly.
James is still friends with him so that Logan doesn't go blackmailing him or anything.
I wouldn't hang out with.
He's keeping
if
him happy.
If I was worried about that, I wouldn't film with him. Or maybe yeah, he's like, you better film with me or I'm
Exactly,
telling you.
yeah.
You're right. Okay, man. Okay, Blake. Maybe that is it. Oh my god.
He's got-
No,
keep his-
I always feel like they're
his
way too
friend happy.
friendly, like on the show, for it to be like him blackmailing him. So I feel like I wouldn't be able to be like that friendly with somebody. I'd be mad.
You better be, or else it's gonna come out, and you're gonna.
Well, there are multiple ways you could approach having someone not say something. Mm-hmm. So maybe he
just kept him happy from the beginning of it.
Yeah, he's just you know what I mean? There's multiple ways to go about that. Maybe he's just choosing the wrong one or a shitty one or a dumb one. He's not He doesn't seem like a
Yeah,
real
pay him
brainiac.
off.
Okay. Yeah, I'll flaunt you through the fucking show, and no one's ever gonna notice. What a dumbass. But yeah, I literally wrote something's going on. And then Lisa makes Sheena eat, and then Sheena's just talking about how nervous she is about losing her. Lisa was like, if this relationship doesn't work out, it's not going to be the end of the world. She's like, but it's like going to work out. Like, I was just like, no, that's not something you should say. I mean, I guess, yes, be optimistic, but goddamn, you just got out of a marriage, bitch. Stop.
Like months ago.
Yeah.
She isn't even divorced yet.
I thought it was cool that Brittany made $576 in tips that day. How much at SIR did you think they would have? Honestly, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was lower than what I thought they were making at that place.
I mean, we'll put this in perspective. My friend is a waitress out here, and she makes like $600 a week, and she made that in a day.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Well, how many days a week they work though?
She worked like probably 5 days a week.
Jeez.
And she works Saturday and Sunday nights.
No, that's crazy. But it's like high end food.
Yeah.
Like the food's probably more expensive.
So that's why I think that's like
that's
that
why
is
a lot
crazy,
of
though.
money.
I mean, yeah, that is.
Well, they
a lot.
probably only work like a couple nights a week.
She only worked 5. She made $600 in 5 hours.
Right. So, but the cost of living over there is more.
Yeah.
So what? They probably only work like 3-4 nights a week.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then Brittany's mom shows up.
But I've always seen that as the appeal to being like a bartender or something like
Jax's
that on the
face.
weekends, because you make all your money in less days, so you have more free time, maybe.
Yeah. You cheat on their daughter, I would be.
Jax's face when she showed up was so funny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like
It's awkward. It's so awkward.
very awkward.
That's that. Okay, here's my problem
Somebody
with
cheated
you
on my
staying
daughter.
after they cheat, bitch. Okay, because here's the thing: the only way that this could ever actually work, I feel, is if the cheating never got out to anyone else.
And ever.
You didn't talk about it to your friends. You didn't talk about it to your family. For some reason, you found out that he cheated, and somehow you worked it out between the two of you to where you could keep. Because once it is out to other people, once one person knows you're a dumbass, I couldn't recover. Personally, for me,
Well,
I don't
he
think
picked the
I
wrong
could.
person to cheat with anyway.
And your parent, that is so embarrassing. Like, yeah, I love this guy. Like, but like he totally cheated. Like, it's just so embarrassing. Like, I don't see how you could ever like say that with pride after that or anything. It's just, it would fuck me up. Like, no, bitch, what?
She called her mom like day up. She's like, he cheated on me.
Yeah. And so, then what?
Oh, honey, I'm sorry. Are you gonna take him back? Like, no, that's not what you say. You say, okay, so we're done with him.
Yeah,
you
obviously.
should move back home, or
Okay, well,
move
when
out, or
her mom went to that roast and she found out how many girls he cheated on, that should have made her hate him.
Yeah.
Right
Oh,
off
yeah.
top,
I mean,
in my opinion.
yeah, and then it lasted through all that, and then this happens, and yeah, like if that's my daughter, like no, you're not seeing him anymore. You're done.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I love that.
It's
on the
over.
On the next episode, Kristen's literally gonna say, like, do I think James is gay? Yeah.
I'm-
Kristen, yeah, you're so messy, bitch. But it's gonna be great. It's gonna be really funny. No, it's okay. Well, that really concludes our episodes today. And no, the episodes that we're reviewing and the episode that we're doing. I mean, I guess come back for next week. If you liked this, give it a thumbs up or a 5-star or whatever we finally got it out on at this point.
Share
or
it.
whenever this is heard. Yes, share it. Or I would like to actually hear some feedback from people that aren't my friends. You know what I'm saying? And by that, I mean like acquaintances I don't really talk to anymore on Facebook. You know, that's like the first level of honesty I could go for right now. You know?
Yeah, no actual podcast critics. Don't be an asshole.
Oh, no. I mean, they could too. I'm just being realistic here. You know? But I do want to thank Blake and Kenzie for being on today.
You're welcome.
And Thomas, thank you for coming in too, just to tell about that one specific thing. That one thing. And that we know you know about.
Alright.
I mean, is that it? Is that it?
Yeah, that's
Bye.
Bye.
Don't follow me on Facebook or Twitter. It's the
Oh
most
yeah,
interesting
follow me.
thing I
Oh,
have.
okay, yeah. I have a Twitter at Amazing Ave. I have an Instagram now, Averything TV. And then, do you ever want anyone to ever find this and maybe look you up, Kenzie? Where would they find you?
Instagram.
In your dreams.
Oh, really? Is that what it is?
Nobody contact her. She's mine. There's no reason for you to, unless you're offering her a job.
At MD_Mcqueary.
Yeah. If you would like to submit to replace Blake, you can follow her at. No, I'm kidding. What about you, Blake?
He's mad now.
No, I'm not.
He's like, he's totally confident in who he is. He's not threatened by anyone on the internet. But go ahead.
Yeah. No, I really don't want you people to look me up.
Okay.
That's
that's
probably
fine.
the most interesting thing on my Facebook. So you've got it.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, you guys know. me
Wait,
better
you don't
than-
want to talk about, like, any of your, like...
I'll fight. I'll promote a fight. You know,
whenever you, like, have one.
whenever I end up having a fight, but
Okay.
you know, you can come or you cannot come.
Do you want to promote your surgeon, Thomas?
No, I feel like there's like laws
Oh,
or something. I had to sign a bunch of paperwork.
Okay.
While I was medicated.
I didn't
don't-
read it.
I don't know what I can and can't do.
okay.
So
Well, yes, thank you. Bye.